Oh, yes. Oh, it just gets better. It just gets better and better and better. Yowza. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're about to get started. We even have some live coverage of the maggot collapse.
Into civilization. From that alone is immense.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Boom. All right, let's get started. Holy smokes. Welcome to the show, everybody. We're taking it live. It's Hal Sparks Megaworldwide, the greatest live stream in the history of live streams. I'm your host, Hal Sparks, and I will be Hal Sparksing the rest of the evening. Man, oh, Shevitz. Have we got a show for you tonight? You see, with the thing that, chat room, hi there. Man, what's the thing? People are freaking out. It's just super good. Right now, let's see if I can find this one too. I love how the regular news is covering it like Trump, Elon Musk row erupts over personal things. He was hit with a quote disgusting slur, according to the Daily Mail. But then, of course, let's see. This is 2 hours ago, so I think this might even be before the other thing. It's so good. Hi, everybody. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. I did a special report as soon as this was breaking earlier. If you haven't seen that, go like it or put it in your watch later or super thanks it or whatever. I covered a bunch of this, where we were going, and we left off with a point that I made. Thank you very much. How are you? That I don't see other people making quite yet. I do think it will probably pop off at some point in the near future. But let me see if this is in here. Yeah, there you go down here. Let's see. I want to open this thing up now. How do we open the thing up now? There we go. All right. It's as simple as this. I made this earlier and I posted it on my socials and I wanted to show it to you guys if you haven't seen it yet. But this was the part that stood out to me about this whole... it's a row, isn't it? Oh, yes. There's a row going on, between Musk and Trump. And it has to do with this Musk is increasing feud that basically went tactical nuke right out of the gate, which was him saying time to drop the real bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, and that's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT, right? That part of it. But this is the part that I don't think anybody else is thinking about. Consider this. Elon Musk has placed Doge operatives in every corner of the Trump administration. And that brings me a little bit of joy because those people, I think, made us all very worried because they were, getting into people's private information. We were very concerned about the damage they could do to the average American. And now Donald Trump must consider, I do believe, must consider that these people are there to sabotage him, not us. I mean, they might do it in the meantime. But if you're Trump, this is going to make you sweat the bed. I got to tell you, this is cause for alarm. They are everywhere. They are dug in like deer ticks, people. And there is no easy way out of this. If he tries to pluck them all out or some of them out, it's every single thing is going to be part of the price. Yes, Stephen Miller has melted down because Musk left with his wife. We will get to that as well. And CSL, I think, is the Brian Glenn thing that you put in there, is the Brian Glenn thing in there? I haven't watched this, so I don't know. Is he responding to this stuff? The 5 is premiering now on this. The 5 on Elon Musk and Trump's fiery feud. Fiery's a word for it. This is good stuff. Okay, but first, it's just everywhere. It's everywhere. This is huge. It's huge. But I got to tell you, we all knew this is live. Peanut Butter Dickhead and his crowd of flunkies went live, and just from the chat alone, everybody was like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, "It's fake. These are deep state, whatever. These are false, whatever." We gotta check in with these guys, because how is Vinny and the rest of these assholes gonna handle this on Peanut Butter Dickhead? I just need to see it.
All right. So.
All right. And by the way, this is just so you think, emergency podcast. PPD, Peanut Butter Dickhead has an emergency podcast. Musk tweets Trump is in Jeffrey Epstein's files. Now, these assholes will not be able to duck this shit. During this conference, we have all been wondering, like, when are these? And they're sort of like exemplary of the maggot world over at Peanut Butter Dickhead's podcast, and all of them have this thing, like where they're this close to going, yeah, Trump was Epstein's best friend for like over 20, for 25 years. They hung out like crazy. 10 years they were inseparable. It's the closest thing Trump's had as a male adult friend in his whole fucking life, besides Roy Cohn. Again, both dead pedophiles. That should tell you something about the dude. But we were always like, how do they get this fucking close to it and not clear the hurdle of, dudes, how can you not see? All right. Anyways, so this is it. Okay, the Brian Glenn's great. Okay, I trust you, CSL. We'll go to that next, because we'll see a little bit of this. They're doing this whole thing live.
Following the feud or not?
We're following it. We're following the feud.
Obviously, a massive bomb was dropped just an hour and a half ago or 2 hours ago on Twitter that led to a bunch of different things.
Yes, I felt a great disturbance in the force as Vinny's dick shriveled in 2 seconds.
Elon Musk, Rob, if you can pull up the tweeted at...
Oh, Rob can pull it up. Believe me.
3:10 Eastern Standard Time. Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT.
Now, let us just, ladies and gentlemen, if we can, savor the moment. This is... It's going to be so choice. How do they do it? Because they're all arguably bigger Musk fans than they are Trump fans. And before now, they didn't have to make a Sophie's choice.
This thing gets 581,000 likes, 212,000 retweets, 100+ thousand comments, 49 million views.
Yeah, I mean, it's his fucking social media platform. You don't think it's going to rage?
In an hour and a half, 2 hours, Rob, if you go a little bit lower, and he doubles down and says, mark this post for the future, the truth will come out. Alex Jones, timeline pin drop, right? Go back a little bit. He says this. If you go look at today's Tesla stock, Rob, I send you the link in the comment section, in the note section that I have.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's a party all across the land. Fuck Tesla too.
Tesla had its worst single-day drop-off ever in a history.
Because the only reason people were buying the fucking meme stock was because they thought he got an inside thing and he would be able to. It's SpaceX and all these other companies are getting these government contracts, and that's fucking gone now.
Of the company. So when you look at this, Rob.
Wait till JD Vance takes over. What do you think the stock's going to do then? It's going to shoot through the fucking roof.
There's a story I just sent to you from Financial Times. It's important for the.
I'm kidding. It's just I like toying with these assholes.
Audience to see this. I put in my notes section. If you
go to it,
I send it to your text as well. It's important
I bet you
to see
did.
this because this shows the correlation of what's going on.
It does.
When you look at how
not the causation, obviously. No, that would be madness. What say you, chat room?
Tesla was affected by this. It's not a small drop off. 14.
No, I guess not.
% plunge in biggest one-day valuation drop on record.
Yeah, real quick. Does him saying that and the stock dropping 14 points or whatever factor into, like, after he accuses Trump of being in the Epstein files, does that drop any of your sort of Trump stock at all? Like, what your valuation of Trump as a human being? Guess not. Okay, we'll see.
For Tesla, okay? On record.
I just want to see Vinny's face get red.
For Tesla. So just imagine how his day's been today, right?
Okay.
The sell-off erased $153 billion of valuation from Tesla, the single biggest ever. Go to the next slide, Rob, if you could, and watch what it shows. These are the other days. June 5th, 2025 goes down as a word.
By the way, you notice how this is where they're going with this? That people don't like hearing this from Musk, not the actual details themselves about the fact that Trump is in the Epstein files.
The other one was 25 March, 2 months ago. And then you see the rest. So it's not been a good day for Musk. Now, earlier...
You would think it would be a worse day for Trump, considering he's the one that is being outed as being in the Epstein files. What did you say?
When the whole big, beautiful bill, Musk dropped a tweet a couple days ago saying, look, I'm just going to say it. It's not a big, beautiful bill. Then Trump earlier today, while I was doing a podcast with Charlie Kirk, Trump...
Oh, yeah. We'll check in on Charlie, too.
Came out and said a few things. Rob, if you want to put out the video, yeah. I don't know if you have the video or not, what Trump said. I'll read this if you have it, if you want to go back to it. No, what you just said, put it right.
By the way, feel free to roast marshmallows on this live stream. I'm just saying, if you put a marshmallow on a stick and just hold it up to the screen, it will toast it to a golden brown. I'm just saying, this is hot.
I'll read it. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. So it's not like this is a one-sided thing. They're going back and forth. Rob, there was a video that the president is saying, he's probably next thing he's going to say some bad things about me. I don't know if you guys saw that video or not. You saw it when Charlie Kirk played it today.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking, and while all this stuff is going on, by the way, apparently, allegedly is a better phrase to use. Is this it, Rob?
He hasn't said bad things about me personally.
That's the one.
Okay, yep.
That's the one. Watch this.
Great job. Elon knew that. Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually
Rob,
went up
too
and
loud.
campaigned for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania.
First of all, why would you shush a video? It's too loud in your headphones, fuckwad. It's not too loud going out over... What an idiot.
Easily anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota.
We saw this earlier. I played this.
Puppy, that guy, that poor guy, I feel sorry for him. But they made a bad choice with him. But
Elon knew this. Okay.
Turn the mic on. I cannot hear myself now. Let me check this here. Okay, much better now. So you see that being said, and all of a sudden, allegedly, while we're going through this, of course, the Democrats are going to capitalize off this. They just tweeted this an hour ago, kill the bill and release the Epstein files.
By the way, this isn't new. We hated the bill before, and we all think the Epstein files should be released. And anybody who we like that we find out that they're in there, fuck them, don't care, goodbye. Right? Nobody in the chat room, can I check in with you real quick? None of us are like, oh no, don't release them if somebody I used to like's in them, right? Because the used to will be a major factor. If you're in them, goodbye. There's enough, look. We got heroes in this world. I'm not worried. I'm not going to run out of heroes. And as a matter of fact, the landscape is fairly crowded in my hero zone. And if somebody was in there and they don't deserve to be, bye-bye. We don't have the problem that maggots do. Shoo. Fuck off. Oh, yeah. Peanut Butter Dickhead is totally freaking out about this. He is absolutely shook. They are cooked.
Elon Musk just unfollowed Stephen Miller.
Probably Stephen's wife told him to. Probably be best, because if you're going to post nudes, I guess.
Unfollowed Charlie Kirk and unfollowed Trump.
Oh, you hate to see it. It's very sad. It's very sad. I need, sad music. Is there... hold on. We'll play... Very sad. Someone left the Trump out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it. All right, so, all right, yeah. Wah, wah.
All on X. That just happened. And while this is going on, more continuation of what he said. A guy named Ian Miles Chung. Rob, I don't know if you saw this one or not.
Okay, we've seen all these things. I want to see how these fuckers react. Stop dicking around with showing the stuff like this is, trying to bat this away. Okay, there's Ian Miles Chung says it's time to impeach him. Trump says, and Musk says yes. And then
was it a fight that took place? Somebody.
And the bruise on his eye. Did fucking Stephen Miller hit him in the eye?
Really offended. Elon is like, look what I'm going to do to you guys. Is that a Lutnick? Is that, I don't know who else did it. Who else would?
Yeah, Lutnick popped him in the eye. That fucking happened.
Be in that room. I don't know who it is. Maybe, but think about it. That doesn't accidentally happen. And you want to do something like this.
Yeah, it can accidentally happen, but I just forgot to say, like, fuck off. I don't know, like, who cares how it happened, honestly?
Maybe it was a meeting while they're calling each other out and somebody just...
How did you see Stephen Miller had to cancel an appearance on Fox News for an emergency White House meeting? Milkman Norm says, did you say no? I guarantee he canceled it because he didn't want to answer questions about this stuff.
Because Elon started calling out Trump and it got nasty. And
I think it got real. I think it got, what did the kids say, a 100?
Then somebody swung, and then somebody was a peacemaker bringing it in. I'm not speculating. Remember, the key word is allegedly. We don't know any of this stuff.
Great. I'm glad I turned to you, dum-dum. Let Vinny cook. Let me see what Vinny says about this shit. I want Vinny's reaction. Piss off at this. All right, guys. Yeah, there he is. Go to Vinny.
A lot of thoughts. I have a lot of theories.
I bet they all revolve around the deep state concocting fake AI videos of Trump and Musk being a part of it. You can't trust Grok anymore, and ketamine's a hell of a drug.
I'm going to pause here while we're going through this. Vinny, what's your reaction?
Well, Vinny, what's your reaction?
First, I want to give credit where credit's due. I don't remember the actual date. How many months ago would you say that we were having a podcast prep and it was the H1B1 debate something? How long, Rob?
What would you say, Rob? 4 months?
That was December.
No, it was after Trump had been.
It's the H1B visa. You're confusing it with like H1N1, the fucking bird flu or swine flu. Whatever.
Elected because it was the H1.
Barbara Benzine says, what are the chances the real Epstein files still exist? 100%. 100%. I know they probably, like, somebody wanted them disappeared, but I guarantee there are enough people around where they captured at least a good portion of them and hid them someplace safe. Yeah.
Trump was elected.
Debate.
Trump is in, and guys, and you guys were everybody in this room was there. So I have witnesses. There was a moment where you stopped and you looked outside the window, and it was a long pause, and you shook your head and you said, "This is not going to turn out good." And
yes, that's the night on election night when he won. You guys all looked out the window, stared into the middle distance, and went, "Guys, I don't think we should be celebrating. This is going to be bad."
Something about Elon. You mentioned something about Elon, and it's come to pass, and we're seeing it happen live. So I have to give credit. You called this.
It has come to pass in these dark times. Fuck you. Just get to it.
A long ass time ago. Like you said, the timing is off. I know Brandon has a really good theory about Peter Thiel and J.D. Vance,
Oh, yeah, that one's smoking around right now. But still, you can't answer the question, can you, Vinny? You can't fucking just confront it. It's right there in front of you. It's like a scotoma. You just can't. Psychologically, you won't allow yourself to see it.
Has been very, very quiet lately, but I mean, my one thing I took away.
He just did an interview last week.
Because
sorry, I'm sorry. The video on the audio, or the audio on that is low. It's as loud as they have it. I think they're kind of doing it on purpose, frankly.
Biggest thing, okay, you could beef, you could talk crap, go back and forth. The bill, I get it. His stock is dropping. If you're saying that Trump is on Epstein's list,
that's exactly what he's saying.
Basically, indirectly saying that Donald Trump is a pedophile.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think that's. And I think you don't even have to say he's a pedophile. You could say that he was just best friends with a pedophile, and he was fine with pedophilia for a long time because he was happy with Epstein like training these girls until they were 18, so he legally wouldn't get into trouble. But basically, they were controlled by him. He was fine with that too.
If that's true in your mind, and he's on that list, and that's the only reason, then you knowingly, Elon, are hanging out with a pedophile. You got this pedophile.
Whoa.
Basically, in as president.
Basically.
You put $250 million in. So you backed him. You let your child, X, hang out with them alone. Remember when they were walking on the lawn to.
Yeah, but he's not into little boys. That's Roy Cohn territory. He was just friends with another pedophile who was into little boys. So he's on the Roy Cohn list as well. Yeah, can I just say he's in the Roy Cohn files?
Marine One. So if that's the case, you're a complete hypocrite. But at the end of the day, what does Elon know about the list? Who's seen that list? And again, I'm over that list because whoever's been looked at it.
God damn, what a fucking pile of bullshit. Oh my God, Vinny, you fucking weakling. I don't care who it is. We got to these children are being victimized and we got to come after them. But as soon as this comes out, like, I don't really care about this. What a fucking hypocrite. Pathetic.
Changed it. FBI, old FBI, new FBI. I don't give a damn about it. But I think this is extremely ugly and it's not going to stop right now. And he said he withdrew the Dragon. What was it, Rob? He just took out
the Dragon Starship program.
The Dragon thing. He's saying he's scrapping it, so there's no more recyclable rockets. Here's my thing.
Yeah, it hasn't worked yet, so boo! I'm gonna take away my rocket that doesn't work.
I voted for Donald Trump. I didn't.
How do you feel about that?
Vote for Elon Musk.
Ouch. Well, Musk apparently introduced Jeffrey Epstein to Mark Zuckerberg at a party. So Trump and Elon had Epstein in common for a long time. So you don't get out of it for picking one over the other. As a matter of fact, and Trump is the worst of the two. Because in theory, Elon Musk, ran in a couple of party areas and Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein were in all those circles. But Trump partied with him alone. The first time Trump allegedly had sex with Melania was on Epstein's plane.
Thank you for the help. But this is not only disrespectful as shit. I get it.
Disrespectful?
With the money, but, when it comes to governing this country, that's who I voted for, and I can give two shits what Elon Musk feels about. Whoa.
Wow. So just chuck the whole Epstein thing. It's always been a fraud. Vinny doesn't give a rat's ass about any of the victimized children. All the fucking red-faced flailing he's been doing means nothing.
But mind you, though, here we go. And you showed a little bit of it. 6 months ago, the left was calling Elon a Nazi, a legitimate Nazi. Now they're all bending over and they're all.
Oh, no. We still don't like him. We're just enjoying the fight. We're not bending over. I'm not buying a fucking Tesla. Fuck that guy for 100 reasons. We're just enjoying these fucking guys, watching an anaconda fight a gator when you're trying to swim out of the swamp. Because if they weren't fighting each other, they'd both be deciding which part of you to eat. So we're more than happy to watch these guys go at it. We don't think he's a fucking hero. That's you guys.
Giving it up for freaking Elon now. So how phony and how fake these freaking people are.
Oh, man. Pot, kettle calling, line 2.
Fake. Phony as hell. All of them.
Okay. So the question I got is...
Oh, my God. Vinny, you whiny little bitch. Folded like a fucking wallet. So lame. Vinny, you're just throwing the fraud around. Terrible.
He's going to be the first one that's going to interview him. CNN, MSNBC.
Elon? CNN for sure.
Yeah.
CNN.
But this is
Don Lemon, maybe.
this is a question to be asking.
Yeah, the question to be asking.
Straight up, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you believe that Elon's tweet about Epstein is purely trying to get under Trump's skin? It's because he knows something? Where do you think that tweet lies? Do you think there's...
Yeah, Vinny. Do you think he made it up?
credibility behind the tweet, or do you think he's just trying to get under the skin?
I think he's trying to getting under the skin because...
What's your ratio? 90-10 under skin?
90-10 under skin. Because the left would have used the Epstein thing before Russian collusion.
Exactly. That's
There's
the point.
no way. Are you kidding? Yeah.
So
absolutely
where are
no
you
way.
at, Brandon?
Yeah, so I think there's two things here at once. I think that there's truth behind like the Trump-Epstein connections, but not from the standpoint of him being on like the pedo list or anything like that. I think there is a lot of evidence to show that maybe Trump had a lot of blackmail stuff where he used blackmail against people because he was mentored by Roy Cohn. He bought the Plaza Hotel. He bought...
Yeah, what did Roy Cohn's... What's Roy Cohn's famous quote? Everybody will say, like, admit nothing, concede nothing, deny everything. Everybody goes that way with Roy Cohn, when in reality, Mr. Cohn, what would you feel when people say that Roy Cohn was a gay man who died of AIDS? His response was, Roy Cohn was, speaking of himself in the third person, Roy Cohn was not a gay man. Roy Cohn was a straight man who fucked boys. That was the Roy Cohn truth. That's Donald Trump's first best friend.
The boat from the international arms dealer, Adnan Khashoggi.
How is this like the drone attack on Russia? I mean, it's well crafted. I'll give him that.
So those are things that were allegedly used for blackmail. So I think from that side of things, he could have been involved in that type of stuff, but not the child sex trafficking type of thing, obviously.
Why not?
And Elon, I don't think...
Not obviously. Like we know of at least one story where Trump was waiting for Epstein to show up to fly on Trump's plane, and Trump was complaining that he was late, and Epstein showed up late with Ghislaine Maxwell and an unnamed underage girl. That's sex trafficking. Trump's plane was used for sex trafficking. Let's just start right there. Fuck you guys. That's exactly what that means. There's a Golf Digest fucking story about it. Here, hold on. Let's see. The time Epstein flew on Trump's plane. This is the one we know about. Let's see. Epstein flight logs. Donald Trump flew on Jeffrey Epstein, name repleting, and Jeffrey old jet gets life in Trump campaign as Donald Trump naming the Epstein files. Trump flew on charter jet previously owned. Let's see. But this is the time it flew on Trump's plane is the key part of it. Yeah. Maybe I'll just take the time. All. Multiple times between 93 and 97. That was him flying on there. Where is it? Because of this stuff, it's buried the thing way down. Let's see. Trump hopped on plane previously owned by Jeffrey Epstein. And all the campaign stuff is coming up. He was worried he was going to die. Flew on Trump Force One and proved that Trump was in the Epstein files. There we go. Yeah, that's popping up all there. Trump says he was never on Epstein's plane or stupid island, which is a lie. Yeah, here it is. New York Magazine. Fuck off. Okay, hold on. Are you trying that? Yeah. Let's see. There you go. The heck? All right. Hold on. I'm going to need to do this, aren't I? Because there's just no two ways around it. Doink. There we go. See this business. And then there you go. Now I'm literally subscribing to New York Magazine just to show you guys this. Welcome back. Thanks. Okay, continue. Back to where I was. No, go away. I want everything in New York. Go away. Continue. Stop doing it. Okay, there we go. Now, here we go. Remembering the time Jeffrey Epstein rode on Donald Trump's plane. Now, this is one of the better stories because this opens up a whole other can of worms that nobody talks about. James Walsh wrote this. Okay. In 2000, I should put it in the reader so we can look at it this way. In 2000, Donald Trump grew irritated as he sat on his plane at LaGuardia Airport waiting for a tardy Jeffrey Epstein to arrive. He fumed to his sister, brother-in-law, and a reporter, all who were there, witnesses. The reporter was a guy writing for Maximum Golf. The group was headed to Mar-a-Lago. The scene, which was described by reporter Michael Corcoran in a profile of Trump published on Maximum Golf magazine, illustrates just how friendly the president and Epstein were at the time. Wearing his trademark dark blue bespoke suit and white shirt, Trump paces the aisle on his plane, tugging at his tie like an accountant at 11:30 p.m. on April 15. Never be late for someone else's plane, Trump says, his facial expression showing a mixture of annoyance and bemusement. The offending party is stuck in Friday rush hour traffic. Come on, Jeffrey. Where are you? Trump says. He's talking about Jeffrey Epstein, another wealthy and well-known man who is traveling with Ghislaine Maxwell, the daughter of the late media baron Robert Maxwell. The couple finally arrives. Epstein wearing an orange sweatshirt and jeans, Maxwell sporting sunglasses and fashionably tight pants. Trump brightens and gently chides them for giving their tardiness. According to Corcoran, Epstein and Maxwell arrived with another passenger not mentioned in the piece. They did board with a young woman of indeterminate age. I wouldn't be able to tell you if she was 15 or 20. She was quite dressed up and quite made up, so it was hard to tell, he said over the weekend. At the time, I didn't even know who Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were, so when they got on, I thought maybe they're married and that's their niece. So, how about this? Fuck the Epstein flight logs. Where are the Trump flight logs? Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. It's Hal Sparks, Mega Worldwide. How many people have dug deep on this before, like I do? Anyways, okay. I'm just saying. I provide a service, and I think it's worthwhile. All right. Now, continuing with these guys for a second.
He's doing this for pure intentions again, or Trump's again. I think this feels like a coup where Elon's been friends with
a coup.
Peter Thiel since the PayPal mafia days, and feels like a situation where maybe they were trying to get JD Vance in, and they saw an angle to do that from that day.
Yeah, looking good. Looking good. A little paranoia. That's what we want seeping in around the edges of this whole conversation. We want as much of this stuff like tearing these dickheads apart from the inside as possible.
The assassination attempt, because it's weird that JD Vance becomes the vice president the day after Elon strongly endorses Trump, and they loaded up Doge with Palantir employees. Now they have that Palantir Doge plan going forward, and maybe they were planning this entire time that the second that Trump isn't doing exactly what Elon wants, then they're going to execute this because...
Great. Yeah, run with this. I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't doubt that there's some of that. Doesn't change the fact that Trump is absolutely all over the Epstein files.
Elon wants a technocracy. He thinks that government should not be in charge of that private.
I love it. Okay, this is so good. And chat room, we'll jump around because there's so many people with like their reactions are relatively meaningless without this. But here's Bend Over Johnson, and he went straight for the Trump and Elon. It's war. Let's see. Elon goes nuclear, accuses Trump of being on the Epstein list. Internet explodes. So this is about the blowback and the information, but not about the actual thing. There's
a splitting of the atom, and then there's this post on X by Elon Musk, which makes all the rest of them look small in comparison. Elon Musk says to his 220 million followers, time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason that they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. 37 million views.
I have to say, I don't think he meant it when he said that. Sorry.
170,000 reposts.
By the way, have some tabs open, dude. You think your fucking tabs are a mess. Look at that. Wow.
427,000 likes. Elon Musk replying, one of 86,000 comments. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think they were expecting this last week. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they did not expect to be making a video where they'd have to read something and go, Oh, this is great. Okay, here we go.
That escalated quickly. How did the greatest political partnership in history?
Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe we could just call bullshit on everything you believe. Hey, maybe it wasn't the greatest political partnership. Maybe both these guys don't know everything. Maybe they're not super geniuses who know one knows how to make deals and the other's a super scientist. Maybe, just maybe, Benny, just maybe, think about this for a second. You're a gullible fuck and you fell for it. Maybe that would be the Occam's rubber mallet in this fucking situation.
President Trump and Elon Musk descend into absolute madness.
I don't know. It started with one of them being best friends with Jeffrey Epstein and the other one being a ketamine lunatic maniac.
How did we witness the total and complete atomization of the strongest allyship for freedom that the world has ever known?
Because I have the powers of sorcery. Oh my God, LM. Thank you for that. Is that a happy day super chat? My goodness. My goodness. Look at that. And the gifted memberships. You guys, I feel like you guys are in a good... I have been calling it. That's right. I was telling you, didn't I not tell you for months that these trains have left the station and they are headed for each other and there is no way to avoid their collision. None whatsoever. It was inevitable. And this isn't even, I think, the worst of it. This is just the first part of the collision. It's like when the first engines of the train hit and then it'll be weeks of just cars going off the tracks, and some of them are full of explosives or chemical waste, and that get a little Springfield kind of moment, and then some of it's just like livestock getting shredded live and blood and sinew squirting everywhere. But it's just gonna, this is the first point of contact.
Well, we're going to investigate that today, and we're going to also investigate this claim by Elon Musk that Donald Trump...
Yeah, investigate it. For the first fucking time? Really? This is the first time you're looking into the fact that they were best friends for a quarter century, you tit?
...is in the Epstein files, because there's a lot of evidence there, and...
Yeah, we know.
We're going to show you what the...
Ouch! Look at this. Benny's going all in on Team Musk.
...truth is. But I want to start with a colloquialism from farmers that I grew up with. The dudes that I grew up with would always say,
mutual love, oh my highest people, you can count on when the going's rough. Is that the quote? Sorry.
You can't put two bulls in one pasture.
Oh, that's good. So everybody just got to take it from Trump, and that was the problem?
And what that means is you take these very aggressive animals that want to live by themselves. They're alphas, and if you put them together, they'll gore each other to death.
Yeah, you do realize we're dealing with human beings, though, right? Neither of these assholes have horns. I got, one of them backed out of a boxing match with Mark fucking Zuckerberg. And the other one hasn't seen his dick without a hand mirror since the mid-'80s.
One will win and the other will lose. And Trump and Elon are alphas. They're...
Come on. They're just too macho for this kind. You put them together, and it's inevitable that one of them's going to turn out to have been in the Epstein files all this time. What?
Bulls. And right now, they're goring each other to death.
Awesome. I don't know what to tell you. Cool.
How did it start? Elon Musk doesn't like the...
It started with Trump being friends with Epstein for 25 fucking years and you guys turning a blind eye to it because you like his racism and bigotry more than you like, more than you care about that issue.
Big, beautiful bill. And he's been raging against it. I'm sorry, but I can't take this anymore. Massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it, says Elon.
You know it. Girlfriend, yes, queen.
Musk, a couple of days ago. This also going nuclear. This is, of course, tanking approval for the bill and Trump doesn't like that. He says he's
Pardon me while I boo fuckity who.
very disappointed in Elon, and he predicted that Elon would be attacking him personally just an hour ago inside of the White House.
Most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Mr. President, I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of cutting spending. Should people not take him seriously about spending now? Are you saying this is all sour grapes?
No, he worked hard and he did a good job. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place.
Donald Trump saying he thinks Elon Musk misses the White House.
Yeah, which is fucking ridiculous.
Trump went on to say that Elon Musk had a black eye during an Oval Office final departure meeting that they did last week. Donald Trump saying he offered him makeup to cover up his black eye. Seems like a bit of a slight. Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we will have a great relationship anymore. Oh no, Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
You do realize in this situation, there's an argument about who's mommy. I guess you know what? It's Pride Month, ladies and gentlemen. So I think we can go like MAGA has two daddies, and they're getting a divorce, and it's not because of you. It's because of them. You didn't start that. You didn't start this.
Elon Musk has been subtweeting Trump by posting his old posts on X about the debt ceiling, saying wise words. These are posts from 2013. Here's a post from 2012. I couldn't agree more. Donald Trump saying no member of Congress should be eligible for re-election if the country budget is not balanced. Right? Slim, beautiful bill for the win, Elon Musk saying that he wants to tank Trump's bill. It contains the largest increase in debt ceiling in history. This is a debt slavery bill, says Elon Musk. Money that Doge has saved the government, Trump's big, beautiful bill.
Yeah, and I mean, but what was it that thing about the Epstein stuff again?
Elon Musk posting this meme saying exactly.
I'll use that as a title. Which one? Sorry, I say so many wonderful things.
Exactly.
MAGA has two daddies.
A new spending bill should be drafted that doesn't massively grow the deficit or increase the debt by $5 trillion. Now, when President Trump popped off in the White House today about Elon, he said, I would have won Pennsylvania regardless of Elon. I'm very disappointed with Elon. He knew this bill better than anyone, and Elon took that personally, saying without me, Trump would have lost the election, Dems would control the House, and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. So both these men,
in air quotes,
bulls in a china shop, right? Two bulls in one pasture is what's going on here. President Trump on Truth Social saying the
is that an edit?
easiest way for the government to save money is to get rid of Elon's government subsidies and contracts.
Yeah, we saw it. We went through all these things. Benny, do you say anything that you, like your opinion?
Let's examine this claim first off. Because
okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's examine this claim.
It's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's doing a lot of damage. I think, what's that phrase? Farmers say it. Truth hurts.
And we got to ask, I don't know, AI? AI is pretty smart. Let's go ahead and use Elon's AI just to start with, because we have quite a bit of evidence about this. Donald Trump and his administration released the Epstein flight logs. They did this in term 1 and term 2. Donald Trump's name is appearing one time in that manifest. Donald Trump knew Jeffrey Epstein. Every powerful person knew Jeffrey Epstein.
No, not one time. No. Sorry, asshole. Not one time.
Way back in the day, 30-some years ago. Evidence shows Donald Trump's name is in Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs, part of the Epstein files. There's no indication of wrongdoing. The files were released by Trump's administration February 27, contradicting claims that they were withheld to protect him. While speculation persists, there's no incriminating details about Trump have emerged. In fact, it's the opposite, if you actually look into it.
We actually have.
The opposite of what Elon Musk is claiming is actually true. Let's start with James Patterson. He's one of the most legendary authors in the history of American knowledge.
Author James Patterson is asked about crossing paths with Jeffrey Epstein at Mar-a-Lago.
He's a member of Mar-a-Lago. He's known Trump for 40 years. And he said that the moment that Trump found out that Jeffrey Epstein was a creep and a predator, he banned him on the spot that day.
this is insane. This billionaire and all these young girls, and I want to write a book on it. And I got a couple of investigators, because there have been rumors about Trump and President Clinton, et cetera. And there was absolutely nothing involving Trump or President Clinton with Epstein in terms of anything that I would put in the book. And I wouldn't put anything in the book that I didn't 100% believe in. And I was on a plane at one point, and the woman sitting next to me, it turned out she ran the spa at Mar-a-Lago. And I said, did you ever run into Jeffrey Epstein there? She said, oh, yes. She said he wasn't a member, but he would come. And she said he was inappropriate with the young girls. And she said, I went to Mr. Trump, and Mr. Trump banned him that day. I mean, people are nuts in terms of, and they're so adamant about the stories. They go, well, everybody must have known in town that Epstein was. I'm going, why would you think that this guy would sit there spreading rumors that he was bringing 14-year-olds to his house?
Donald Trump banned Jeffrey Epstein that day from
No, secondhand. Nope, that's not what happened at all. That's a lie.
Mar-a-Lago. If you want any further proof that Donald Trump has nothing to hide with Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump was the only member of the Palm Beach community to assist in Jeffrey Epstein's original and successful prosecution for sex trafficking. Underage girls. Listen to the lawyer of Epstein's victims, the guy who got the case charged against Epstein. That should have put him away for life. He got a sweetheart deal because...
Yeah, from a guy that Trump later hired and made Department of Labor secretary.
Because the feds let Epstein out, not Donald Trump. Trump is the only person who picked up the phone and said, let's talk. He was very helpful in the information he gave. Donald Trump was the only person who helped put Jeffrey Epstein behind bars.
Lie.
He assisted. He had nothing to hide. He wanted Epstein locked up. He banned him from his club.
And also, no, he didn't. They kept talking after that. That's nonsense.
The other, I think, point that has to be made that's incredibly pragmatic here is if the Epstein files contained some type of sordid and dark and incriminating evidence against Donald Trump, you're telling me that Democrats who've controlled the government and the deep state for the better part of the last 20 years wouldn't have used the Epstein files to destroy Trump? You're telling me that they wouldn't have selectively leaked that and gotten that information out there? Instead, they went with the PP tape? That's what Posobic's saying. If Trump was in the Epstein...
Yeah, keep focusing on that. I'm for it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, just tell yourself he's not in there. Go ahead. And never mind the fact that Epstein was finally arrested on federal charges while Trump was in office, died in federal custody while Trump was in office. The FBI raid of the island happened while Trump was in office, and the material that was gathered then was the stuff that everybody says is the most incriminating and hasn't been seen since.
Files would have been released a decade ago. There wouldn't have been any need to make up the fake Russian hooker dossier.
Jeez.
I mean, listen. This is not good. I mean, I don't understand this battle. I don't understand this claim. You blithering it.
Maybe because he actually had access in a way that these other people didn't, because he's been all up in government.
Says Raheem. We reposted that months ago. Also, it's
reported.
It's been known for a long time. By in the Epstein files, you mean his phone number was in Epstein's book. This will be known as the most expensive tweet of all time. Well, here's the Tesla stock right now. That is.
It's so sad. It's so very sad for Benny. Okay, now they're not the only ones freaking out about this. Let's jump over to Stu and I think this is before the. I don't know. Well, let's actually. I want to see the Brian Glenn stuff. We talked about this. It's very disturbing to Brian Glenn, much like his bee sting fucking face. Like, dude, chill on the Botox. I think you're allergic. Are they just injecting like shrimp husk into your face? Nobody is that puffy. Unless, do they just wake you up right before you go on camera and hit you in the face with a frying pan? It's very disturbing to Brian Glenn. And this is a man who fucks Marjorie Taylor Greene, so consider that.
Stop what you're doing and listen closely. You know 3 things are true in 2025. First,
ads.
Let this soft mineral melt in your mouth.
No, I won't do it. I'm not gonna put the mineral in my face.
Brian, I've been talking about it for the past 6.5 minutes or so.
Yeah, about how red you are? Jesus. I thought Vinny was red. Is it embarrassment?
It just feels, I don't know, let's call it icky to me. As a
Yeah, not as icky as actually hanging out with Epstein for 25 fucking years.
A lover of both everything Trump is trying to do and doing.
Everything.
And really respecting Elon Musk and what he has done. So
that's right. Respecting the amount of ketamine he does. I mean.
You feel the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, Eric. I actually feel a lot like I did on Butler, to be honest with you. And I'm getting some slap back on my IFB guys, just so you know, to correct that.
You don't have an IFB. You've got an AirPod in your ear. Stop talking all fancy.
What I mean?
He feels like he did when he was on the day Trump was shot at Butler.
By that is we had so much momentum. We had so much collectiveness in this party. We had
it's so
working
sad.
on the big beautiful bill. We're working,
and so the end is near, and so I face the shower curtain. Thanks, Chris Bond.
All the elements. We're making sure the Trump agenda gets funded.
Yes, yeah, we need to do that. We need the Trump agenda.
So much momentum. We had so much collectiveness in this party. We had working on the big beautiful bill. We're working on all the elements. We're making sure the Trump agenda gets.
Yeah, the Trump agenda is very important to them. It's a plant that's in the Rose Garden.
Funded. We're working on all of
Ginger,
that.
thank you.
And then it goes from
no matter who loses, we win. That's right, exactly, Ginger.
You know, maybe it's not the most perfect bill and it doesn't cut. It's got all this stuff to basically mentioning the Epstein files. I don't know how we got from.
I do. I do. Trump let a drug addict put like operatives in every corner of his entire administration and effectively sold himself to the guy during the campaign just to get elected. And then when the guy said, hey, pay up, essentially the leverage that he had against Trump, he finally released it.
Point A to point B. But it's very disturbing to me.
It is. It's so disturbing. I'm very hurt as well. I think we're all very hurt. I think we're dealing with this. It's very difficult. It's difficult, you know, because when you start laughing that hard, sometimes it's hard to breathe.
And to be honest with you, I've really had to process this the last night.
You need a moment, Puffy, Mr. Magoon.
80 minutes or so when these messages were getting fired back and forth. And
messages.
You know, I obviously
fired back and forth. It's terrible.
I've got my theory that if in fact there was anything mischievous with that Epstein file, I think the administration that occupied that White House before President Trump would have done everything in their power. They tried to shoot this man in the head. They raided Mar-a-Lago.
They did? You don't think the president of the United States would have been successful if he actually tried to do that? That was a maggot that shot at him, dummy.
They hit him with 34 indictments in New York.
And now it might be that they did it because whoever they are, because he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
On a bunch of bull crap. And then if they had anything, if there was anything there, they would have played that card and he would not be in the office. So
It's weird. It's almost like maybe the Musks of the world have been keeping it as leverage, and the real Justice Department has been going through the details and trying to get stuff and prioritizing other stuff. And since Epstein was dead and his victims were getting restitution, that they were seeking, you know, those folks through other means, and you can't let them know how close you're getting, so you don't talk about it openly, so that those people can, you know, burn their bridges or escape or any of that kind of stuff. But then again, I'm sorry, I interrupted. You were trying to tell us something to distract from the fact that Trump is in the Epstein
kind of
file.
Discrediting that, Eric, and I said this during Gruber's show. I'm starting to feel like some of these tweets were just kind of an emotional state, maybe a little anger, maybe you push something out. Have you ever sent that text message you wish you could resend and have it sent back to you?
Yeah, but none of them involved accusing my business partner of being in the Epstein files. I mean, I think that would it's kind of that's next level. That's not like I would love you and I always rather sleep with your sister. Oops, right? That's what he's talking about. I don't know. I don't know if Marjorie Taylor Greene has a sister.
I'm hoping that the waters settle on this, but if I could.
Oh, they will. About this depth right here.
Just for a second. and I was trying to get some advice on this earlier, and I was told, don't do it. But I'm going to do it anyway. I want these two gentlemen in a room together, and I want that to happen in the next 24 hours.
Oh, I do too. What do you think? Gloves, no gloves? Can we record it? Hell, maybe they can get them a bowl of popcorn. They can watch the Epstein videos.
I think it's very important that you take the two most powerful people in the world right now. Two people that when they're together on the same team, working hand in hand, they can accomplish
skipping through the daisies together.
Anything, and I mean anything.
Almost anything.
And to have this happen right now is watching
most of it bad.
A really bad divorce unfold in front of you, and I don't like it, and I know the American people don't like it.
I don't like it. I didn't like it when I left my wife for Marjorie Taylor Greene, and then I have to look at her every day.
I don't give a crap
Ain't we a pair, Raggedy Man? Welcome to Thunderdome.
About Ukraine right now. I don't give a crap about Chinese tariffs. I don't give a crap about trade right now. No. I care about this country. We have.
That's right. And this country is basically Musk and Trump. And if they fall apart, what chance do the rest of us have?
The two most powerful people in this country at each other's throat right now, and I don't like it, and it needs to be resolved.
Brian,
I agree. I think it should be resolved quickly. Okay, and this is another clip where he goes, this is on a different level. And we're going to have an ad, sorry.
America is built on hard work and
buttocks
powered by American
and work.
energy.
And, okay, 3 in 1. Thank you, Chevron. There you go. All right. Crypto. Are you trying to sell a human being? Crypto is perfect.
Two people in Congress, and I'm going to name them. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz. Those two people
both had sex with you?
Went on the road and did kind of a Save America road show of getting our energy back, getting MAGA back, getting our...
Yeah, that worked great.
Our chin and our head up after we just were defeated. So to say that, Elon Musk won the election, he was big in helping win the election, obviously, with his resources and just getting behind the president. But think of the millions of people that are watching us right now, Eric.
Dozens. Simmer down.
That don't have the millions of dollars to donate. They sent the $5 to $10. They went out and door knocked. They put yard signs. They did everything they could to help.
Yeah, and don't they feel like assholes right now?
Him win in 2024. And so,
now they can't even go on Twitter anymore.
My heart goes out to those people. We fought too damn hard to be in this White House, to have this type of dialogue going back and forth.
These shenanigans.
I'm sorry if I'm angry, it's because I am.
What do you...
I can tell you're very angry right now. Your puff is turning red.
Make of folks, and I'll be honest with you, I thought this was some sort of staged, theatrics going on early when the tweets before they got personal, and maybe it was surrounding what Trump is trying to get accomplished with the Senate with the bill, maybe even who knows, start over. I don't know. It felt like something more. I was missing something.
Oh, like Elon Musk was helping Trump scuttle the bill and start from scratch, so that he could not pass this one, give him an excuse not to, so he could. That's what Bowling thinks? Jesus.
But viscerally, this is...
Yeah, this ain't that. This is, there's no point where, and then what I'll do is I'll say you're in the Epstein files. And then you hit me with yanking all of my Doge guys out of every place I put them in the government and pretend you meant to do it the whole time. And everyone will think we're both brilliant heroes.
It's real, I guess, yeah. What are they saying there?
Yeah. Well, I spent some time in the briefing room right before we came on the show, and I was just trying to get the pulse of a few people that were in there, and they are shocked that it's gone to this degree, this personal degree. Now, I can understand this. We disagree on policy all the time. There's Republicans that disagree on policy. There's obviously Democrats that disagree with our policy.
What? Since when?
But when you go to a personal level, especially you associate President Trump with the Epstein files.
I'm sorry, associated with what? What was that? I didn't catch that part. What did he do?
Obviously, Democrats that disagree with our policy. But when you go to a personal level, especially you associate President Trump with the Epstein files.
Oh,
that's
really?
a different level. And I
is.
don't know. That's
Sorry,
when you
what?
go to a personal level. Especially you associate President Trump with the Epstein files.
Oh, that's what happened.
That's a different level. And I don't know. That's why I wish Dr. Drew or somebody was here, because these two individuals need to get the same room.
No. You don't want Dr. Drew near there. Elon Musk is an addict. Dr. Drew will get him killed.
Put it out on the table and say, look, this is where we can't agree.
I think you're thinking of Dr. Phil.
This is where we can disagree.
He looks like a pimple that's about to burst. I agree. I feel like there's somebody behind him with like a bike pump going psst, 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 psst.
This is the middle that needs to be worked on, and that's what needs to happen, Eric, because this country is the greatest country on God's green earth, and I think that Elon Musk has contributed so much with his technologies, with his innovation,
with his pointing out that Trump is in the Epstein files. No, that's not. You wouldn't put that in the win column. I would put that in an increasingly narrowing win column.
With all, Starlink, SpaceX, Tesla.
The Epstein file stuff about Trump. Yeah, it's a win. Bing, bing, bing.
All these things. President Trump is an innovator. He is a peacemaker. He is the one that is going to transform this.
Yeah, he was able to end the Ukraine war with one phone call. What have you? One more. There's one more phone call and it'll end. Promise. 2 weeks from now, there's gonna be another phone call. One phone call every 2 weeks. If you just keep calling, it's got to end sometime, I guess. Something's got to happen.
Country, we need them on the same page. And right now, seeing it unfold in front of us and in public, on social media.
Oh my God.
Is disturbing. Now
it's so terrible.
There's an event going on right now in the Oval Office. He has got a roundtable. I think it's fraternal order.
Hey, Brian, I don't mean to interrupt you, but we are going to take him as on cue. He is sitting down right now. You see if he even referenced this. Brian,
breaking news. He does not mention it.
If you don't mind, we'll stand by with you and listen to.
He avoids questions about it. That never happened. So. Chat room, it's a glorious day to be alive. Everybody's freaking out. Now, I don't know if in the time we've been on, we're fine. In the time that we've been on, there you go. If there's been, more of this stuff. Now, the 5, I don't know if the 5 came on with this stuff. I don't know what the timing is like on that show. Hold on.
Business owners like the tech.
Shut up. The 5 the 5 on Elon Musk and Trump's fiery feud. Let's play the fiery feud. Give me a list that Donald Trump is not on. Pass. Okay, we'll ask them. What do you guys think? Give me a list that Donald Trump is not on. The Epstein list? Okay, let's see what the answer is. Let's see what the survey says. Epstein list? Man. Nope, too bad. Okay, would you like to steal? All right.
It is the Trump travel ban 2.0 in the wake of the horrific.
Don't care.
Frankly, we want to.
Don't care. Cover. Just cover.
Oh boy, but Musk is firing back quite a lot on X, and it continues right now. It all started with this post that said, quote, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election." Greg?
Yes.
Where are you going with this?
Well, I think what you're seeing is a battle between the purist and the pragmatist.
That's what this is. Absolutely. Trump is purely a friend of Epstein's, and Musk was a practical friend, a pragmatic friend of Epstein.
I don't like it. I want it to stop. I want to tell
it's not going to. just letting you know. Who do you think? Look at him looking at the camera. Stop it, you two.
If they're both watching, knock it off. We're done with this. This is an incredible moment for our country.
I agree.
It's awake. It's optimistic. It's on board with the golden age.
He wasn't on board with the little golden key.
Sabotage it.
Listen to me.
The self-inflicted feud.
Why would you do such a thing just because Trump's on the Epstein in the Epstein files? Dag nabbit.
Don't let the Dems get back up from the floor where they belong. you got two really successful people, billionaires, and they both, I guess, have egos.
I guess.
They also have different ways of seeing things.
Yes. Trump was seeing Epstein for a long time.
The great thing about this is we all see it. This is an incredibly transparent administration. This isn't a bug in the system. This is the system. So I want you to compare this system to the one, that ended in 2020.
Oh, you mean the one that didn't have anybody that was friends with Jeffrey Epstein for a quarter century in it?
Would you take a forceful president and a billionaire publicly feuding in public, over an invalid president, who was kept hidden from the public, leaving the country without a leader? I'll take this any day. At least.
Would you?
I know what's going on. And
yes, it's better to know that someone was a client of Epstein's.
I can somewhat enjoy it, but I want him to stop. I've had it. This is This is
his attempt at being funny, by the way.
I don't want to see my parents fighting. I just want them to get back to, I like Batman and Robin. I don't like spy versus spy. Can I finish up on all the...
Yeah, keep going. This is working.
All the outrage over the travel ban and stuff. This is a collision between adult actions and childish ideals.
Distraction. He has a note about this that he wants to get. I don't care. Okay.
It is a distraction. Yes, the liberal media will go nuts over this. They have been all week. But this was predictable. You have the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, and the most powerful man in the world, President Donald Trump. For this to work, the richest man in the world would have had to subjugate his ego to the most powerful man, because guess who the American people elected?
Sorry, asshole. Do you think this was something that they couldn't see coming then? Then why weren't you against this from the fucking beginning? Why didn't you raise the alarm during the campaign last year when he was like, I'm going to put him in charge of cutting the government. Uh-oh, he's got a huge ego. This will never work out. You were all for it. Who couldn't have seen this coming? Apparently you.
The man sitting behind the Resolute desk you are looking at. And Elon Musk, he did a lot of good. He brought attention to spending, to cutting spending. No one wants to touch that issue. He touched it, and there was a lot of...
Okay, the Appropriations Committee makes cuts all the time. You're just lazy. And I mean, this is what happens when you are like a propagandist for the government, because you intentionally ignore how it actually works.
Personal backlash. He lost value in his companies. He got death threats. But ultimately, President Trump is the one who won the election. For Elon Musk to say, I won Trump this election, President Trump won all of the swing states. He is the first person in the Republican Party to win the popular vote in 20 years. He had the highest raw vote total of any Republican.
How long before do you guys think, chat room, how long before Musk says, actually, we helped him steal it, and then flees the country? Like, how bad would this have to get?
Nominee ever in the history of the party, increased double digits over the last 4 years among Latinos, Black, and young people. No amount of money bought that. What bought that was a movement. And Elon Musk had to decide, I'm either going to fold into this or go away from this. And he chose to go away from this. I think it's a sad thing to see. I agree with you.
So sad.
Greg, I don't want to see the adults fighting, but I do think this was predictable.
Well, Harold, what are your Democrat friends saying about what looks like a breakup at the moment?
So, Sandra, I'm glad you're here and glad Kaylee's here. My Democrat friends are disappointed too. No one wants to see this. I don't think this is a Democrat or Republican thing. We should just call it for what it is. The adults are not in charge. The president did benefit from Mr. Musk. If you go back and replay and we talk about the things that we say.
Okay, they clearly have not seen the Epstein line yet. They're just dealing with the stuff about the budget itself. They're not anywhere near the depth of what's going on in this particular situation. So hold on one second. There's a, let's see. Feud. There we go. It might actually be on, I'm going to have to, like, say, yeah, CNN. There's this guy. Yeah.
As of today, Elon Musk is looking like a petty scumbag. I'm sorry, dude. This ain't a good look. This ain't a good look for Trump. This ain't a good look for Elon. And what I'm most concerned about, this is a horrible look for America. As of today, Elon.
This is Valuetainment's, like, this is the clip they lifted of him about this shit. Yeah. Musk.
Real reason is the big beautiful bill. Let's say that's the real motive for it. Dude, you have enough power to be able to not have Congress pass it. You understand what I'm saying? You guys can not be on the same page and not have to say he was on the island and this, and that. That is a nuclear statement. That's not a statement of, hey, we can go to dinner and hang out. No, you can't. There's certain comments. Let's just say you open up something to me about something that happened with your life we have a relationship together with. I publicly tweet that. I have permanently lost trust with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not a little bit. It's permanent. So this...
Yeah, I agree. This is like the petty scumbag. Trump takes 0 questions on it. Trump helped Elon win. What? Then Elon turned on him? I thought it was the other way around. Is this... Yeah, this is Vinny.
You're saying that Trump is on Epstein's list. You're basically indirectly saying that Donald Trump is a pedophile. If that's true in your mind and he's on that list and that's the only reason, then you knowingly...
Yeah. We saw this. These are the clips that they're putting out about this stuff. And that was the black guy...
I sent you the link, the one right before the one I just sent you, where they're asking him if Trump was going to say something about him. And Donald Trump said, we're going to have a little discussion now, very, very private. He has no comments on Elon. He don't want to say anything.
He was interviewed?
Trump and them are sitting down right now in the White House for the state dining room. He's hosting a roundtable with Fraternal Order of Police. That one right there, Robbie. And I guess they're
I wouldn't want to... I don't think you'd want to talk about your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein in front of the Fraternal Order of Police. How about ask those guys? Anybody want to ask the guys from the Fraternal Order of Police?
As of today, Elon Musk...
Oh, shut up. Hold on. Because holy hell. Let's see. There's the Lincoln Project. There's so much of this. Whoa. 3 minutes ago. Hold on. This one. Kablam. Yeah. Oh, shit. Hold on. I got to find the full thing. There has to be. Wait. That's fucking spectacular. Get out of here. Latest. Yeah. Did that I'm trying to find that actual one. Blown up again. Oh, my God. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Oh, shit. So good. All right. Musk says Trump is a pedophile. Right there. Yeah, I'm trying to find the direct one in there. What do you think? You think it's... Yeah, I'm trying to find that actual one, but good Lord. Is that actually is that one up on the internet right now? That's did he put that one? Can anybody check? Holy shit. That just happened? The end, so glorious. Oh, good. It just keeps... It's getting better all the time. Better, better, better. Getting so much better all the time. Oh, God. Yikes. There we go. Let's see. Because so many of these people are like, okay, this was the... Okay, here's Charlie Kirk's response. Let's dive... Yeah, so here's Charlie Kirk's response. Let's see what he was saying. Because he was in the White House the other day.
Into the breaking news. So yesterday, Elon Musk, the world's richest man, someone who I have gotten to know and I still get along with, tweeted the tweet heard around the world. Now, it was seen over 100 million times.
Well, I mean, bots are going to bot. I don't know how much I would buy into that those numbers, but I'm sure you looked at it that many times. It's got your eyeballs.
X. Now, to be fair, we sent out a tweet the other day that was seen about 40 million times. So, it's not bad, but we also...
Yeah, that's because he boosted you until now.
So don't own the platform. Elon Musk sends out this tweet, and I want to analyze this, and I want to make sure that we are understanding...
Analyze it, I think, is the word you're looking for. Analyze it. Okay.
Elon's perspective correctly. The media is completely unhelpful here, and I think I can offer some unique insight Having being a proponent of the big, beautiful bill.
Yes, having being.
Having be someone who is friendly with Elon.
Having be someone who is friendly with Elon, absolutely.
And thinks that Elon has...
Having be.
Really delivered a civilizational blessing to us by liberating...
Thank you, Lord Elon, for your blessed electric cars and the panels that fly off them at high speeds in traffic, knocking the windshields of those terrible gas guzzlers.
And helping President Trump get elected. I think I'm in a unique spot to actually explain this.
Great. Go for it.
Let me go through his tweet. Quote, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore."
Oh, okay.
Can we get the tape?
Sorry, you're going to just ease your way into this. You think this is the tweet heard around the world?
Of network, by the way. I'm mad as hell and I'm not taking it anymore. Do you guys know what clip I'm talking about? Where the guy goes out the window and just starts screaming.
Okay, boomer.
From the movie Network. Anyway, get that. That's Elon yesterday, if we get that tape. This
That tape.
Outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination.
I don't care, fuckstick. I don't care. Does he ever get, okay, because this says breaks the internet again. Does he show the other shit? There you go. And they played the tape from that. And then we'll go to here. Let's see. This thing is separate bills. They're going to the bill. You have Ron Johnson on. Here's this thing. Yeah. So he doesn't address, this is just about the bill. Okay, hold on. Let's see if he addresses MAGA war. Here we go. This is...
Okay, everybody, what a chaotic day. It is...
Why is chaotic like crazy? It's like so chaotic, like my face is getting smaller.
Unfolding in real time. President Donald...
It makes your face shrink on your head.
Trump and Elon Musk's feud is going into public. And actually, I am getting caught up in it. Elon Musk...
Oh, dear.
...has unfollowed me on Twitter. We need to say...
Are you okay? You're going to be all right? Ladies and gentlemen, don't play. It's a big deal. You get unfollowed by Elon. It's very sad for everyone.
This out of the outset. We should be thankful to Elon Musk for buying X, for liberating speech, for putting up and his money and his time and his treasure to try and save Western civilization. We should be very thankful for that.
By getting someone who was on Epstein's list elected. Sure. Okay, go ahead. I'm with you. 100%. What?
In more ways than one. But now this is turning into a chaotic mess, to say the least. So the back and forth between Elon and Trump has now escalated to the highest possible ability. So capacity. It's going back and forth and back and forth. So it started with Elon Musk saying, quote, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Democrats would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49
Get to
in
the
the
other
Senate."
part.
Such ingratitude. That's a complicated statement by Elon. He basically saying that because of him, we won in the 2024 election. Now, he played a role, for sure.
For sure.
Turning Point played a role. This was President Trump's victory. Let's be honest. He is the one why people showed up by the millions to go and vote for him. It's because of President Donald Trump, who got shot in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but it's also because of Elon Musk's money putting him over the top, and of course promising to put Elon Musk in charge of the cutting in general. That swayed a big chunk of voters. Was the idea that this guy's going to come in and take care of stuff that as an outsider.
He was able to outperform the polls again. So then it prompted President Donald Trump to respond, quote, "Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his electric vehicle mandate. That forced everyone to buy electric cars that,
by the way, that it didn't.
Nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy." Donald Trump continued, quote, "The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it."
So good. Still say it was staged? Aaliyah, which one? That part of it? No. You don't stage this level of chaos, interpersonal chaos. There's no fucking reason for it. There's so many other things you would stage first.
And then Elon responded to a tweet from Laura Loomer back and forth saying, quote, and some food for thought as they pondered this question. Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 plus years.
Yikes. it kind of sounds like they're planning to knock him the fuck off.
Elon then drops the thermonuclear bomb. He drops the bomb that broke the internet. And honestly, it's not even what he thinks it is and what the internet thinks it is, which is one of the reasons why we're talking right now. Elon Musk says, quote, time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. Now, to be clear, President Donald Trump had an adversarial relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Nope.
The idea that now, 10 years after President Trump went down the golden escalator, all of a sudden there's going to be a new, previously not known, terrible allegation against President Trump. The guy that was sued into oblivion by E. Jean Carroll and Stormy Daniels, now 10 years later,
yeah, none of that would, you can't bring in other stuff from other charges that never came forward or civil suits and that kind of stuff. If you're being sued about that particular thing, you can't come in. And he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. The judge would throw it out immediately.
Supposed to believe that it's going to be
even if it was true, you wouldn't be able to use any of that.
Smoking gun of something in the Epstein files. But what is in the Epstein files is, yes, President Donald Trump is probably mentioned. He was mentioned in the Epstein file dump back in February. You know why? He lived in Palm Beach.
Yeah, that's what it was. Everybody in Palm Beach was mentioned in the Epstein files.
Probably thousands of names in the Epstein files. Was he part of the Epstein client list? Absolutely not. That is...
that's not something you know.
It's complete nonsense.
You're right. I don't think he was part of the client list either. I don't even think, quite frankly, it's a client list. That's the other thing. Dude wasn't a pimp, specifically. If he was providing girls for certain guys, he was doing it as favors. They weren't clients. He wasn't a madam.
Elon Musk then sends another tweet about how he says, this just gets better and better. Go ahead and make my day, about ending the International Space Station and providing no safe way to deorbit. And then Elon Musk responds to a truth from Donald Trump saying, such an obvious lie, so sad. I wish this would all be handled privately.
Why? Don't you like transparency? Isn't that Charles? Isn't that the reason, Charles, that Charlie in charge? Why? I thought this was going to be the most transparent White House in history. This is exactly what you voted for, isn't it? Why would you want this done in private? Why would you want, if somebody's part of the Epstein files and somebody who had access to all government records for a period of time is saying it, why wouldn't you go, oh shit, this is something that needs to come out?
I wished greatly this would all be handled behind closed doors. But to say that Donald Trump is not releasing the Epstein files because he's in them in some incriminating way, yes, it's very clear that if you live in Palm Beach, you might have been mentioned and...
Bullshit. No, nobody is battening down the hatches in fucking Palm Beach. Trump flew back and forth from New York to Palm Beach. They never lived more than a 9-minute cab ride from each other's houses. Bullshit. It's not the fucking zip code, dummy.
Caught up in some sort of conversation with Jeffrey Epstein. There is zero chance whatsoever on any planet anytime soon that we're supposed to believe that all of a sudden, after 10 years, they finally...
It's not all of a sudden. It's not all of a sudden. You guys have been turning a blind eye for a very long time. Democrats have been bringing it up for a long time. But the dude is fucking dead. And the files that were gathered while Trump was, president may or may not be locked away somewhere. And Trump and his ilk were going to release all these things. The Democrats, you could argue that they should have gone after him heavier, and they should have just gone nuclear on himself. But I think in a lot of ways, they were just trying to win over the electorate, and they thought that this is just their way of destroying him, so they were trying to play nice. This is the Merrick Garland problem.
Got Donald Trump because he's listed in the Epstein files?
Yes, repeatedly. They were buddies. Multiple articles, videotaped together. Multiple parties. Almost as many times as he's photographed with fucking P. Diddy.
Now, Elon Musk is coming...
Now, granted... I do not think, for the record, I want to say, I do not think that Trump ever went to a Diddy party because there would be too many black people there and that would be a turnoff. He wouldn't, not his thing.
Hard after Donald Trump. He's also threatening to start a third party. He's saying, quote, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? And the vast majority of people are saying yes. There is really no way to sugarcoat it. This is a mess. This is a pile of garbage, what is happening right.
It is. It is. Thank you, Charles. Yes, it is a pile of garbage. It's poop. It's dirt. It is filth. A pile of garbage. No, it's not. It's a shitstorm. If you had the ability to speak freely on your site and there was true free speech in the world, you could call it what it is. A fucking travesty. That I guess that Musk, as soon as he found that stuff out, didn't start mentioning it everywhere. Hey, maybe that was one of the reasons why he started distancing himself from the White House in the first place, as he was getting further and further away and just kind of like weaseling out the door until he finally dislodged himself from it, and now he can speak freely. Maybe that's it. While his operatives are still in every corner of Trump's administration.
Now, between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. But honestly, in some ways, if you look at it at its fundamental core, it's not going to be a movement breaker. A month from now, we probably won't be talking about this.
Yeah. You guys, don't worry about it. MAGA, if it's capable of anything, it is the one superpower of all Magats, Charlie included, is the ability to ignore Trump's Epstein connection. Just masters.
2 months from now, this is largely just heightened tensions and a lot of passions and emotions. And
yeah, things are, you say stuff.
There's a waxing and a waning that comes forward between Elon and Donald Trump.
I think, what do you think? Is this waxing or waning? I think this is wax on or...
But we must also be very clear. It's President Trump who won the election. He's the one that got elected. While we're thankful for what Elon did when the chips were down, Elon Musk did not win the election. He was not on the ballot. And Elon Musk is worth $420 billion. Tesla, by the way, is down over $100 billion in market cap. And just to think that this is...
I noticed how they all got the same screen grab. Did you notice that? Did you notice all these right-wingers have the same fucking screen grab? Almost at the exact same moment in the stock market? Like they got marching orders from the White House, which Charlie Kirk has admitted he gets.
All because of...
Yes, thank you, Marcia. Please hit the like button. Share the show, Venmo, Patreon, all that stuff.
The big, beautiful bill. I think it's actually deeper than that. I
think so. I mean, I don't know where Epstein's buried, but...
I think it's much more...
6 feet under.
Fundamental. It's really the question of who is the president of the United States.
Peter Thiel.
Who did the people elect? This was bubbling up below the surface, and I hope that they'll be able to remedy it, and I think they can.
Nah, I don't think so.
Because we want the world's wealthiest man.
How do you say the guy's hiding the Epstein files because he's in them, and then walk that back and shake hands over it? Yeah, look, I know you're a pedophile, but water under the bridge, my friend. Hey, I'm too old for it to affect me.
And the world's richest man on the same page. We want them working in harmony.
Yes.
Want them in agreement with another. You saw last week the attempted press conference between President Trump and Elon Musk, which was trying to say, here's a good way of departure. Here's a good way to try to...
Yes, here's a key as you're leaving. Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you.
It is unfortunate that we now have to get to the accusations.
It is. It's very unfortunate.
As if President Donald Trump is somehow intimately involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Here's President Trump's remarks before the blow-up. You can see he's kind of being restrained with the German chancellor. Watch.
He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
All of this to say that we still have a big, beautiful bill to pass. It's not perfect, but it's good.
By the way, can I just tell you I'm really excited for Glenn Beck's next show? It's not till tomorrow morning because he did his show before all this shit came out. And insofar as I know, he hasn't put out like a second show of the day to deal with it or, a breaking news thing. But it is going to be so choice.
This is the highest profile legislative fight that we have currently had in our lifetime.
Yeah, this is not a legislative fight anymore.
And I can't help but think that this is exactly what the media and the Democrats have always wanted. The stoking of this feud.
Are these the talking points you got from the White House? Because it sounds like you're reading something you got from the White House now, Charles.
Sorry,
Chuck.
kind of continuation of this narrative only plays into the New York Times, plays into CNN, and plays
in Hal Sparks' Megaworldwide, the greatest live stream in the history of live streams. The guy who called this months ago has been talking about the details of this for fucking 8 years now. That guy, it certainly plays into his hands. Which is exactly what Elon wanted.
The opposition's playbook. And by the way, just so we're clear, Elon Musk got grokked by his own AI. Evidence shows that Donald Trump's name is in the Jeffrey Epstein flight logs.
The Jeffrey Epstein? Maybe that's why you misspelled it. Hold on, real quick. Let's see. Grok. Let's go to here. Donald Trump said he was never on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. We now know he was on at least 7 times. There are also reports that Epstein flew on Trump's plane with an underage girl at least once. What are the let's see, was he, I'll ask it a direct question. Was he more involved than he previously has said? Whoops. See what Grok says when you ask it that way instead of, yeah. Here you go. Here's Grok. Based on available information, Donald Trump did claim he was never on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, stating on January 2024 social media post, "I was never on Epstein's plane or his stupid island." However, flight logs released in 2021 as part of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial and further corroborated by documents released by Attorney General Pam Bondi in February of 2025 confirmed that Trump flew on Epstein's private jet at least 7 times in the 1990s. These flights were primarily between Palm Beach, Florida and New York City, with some including his then wife Marla Maples, their daughter Tiffany, son Eric. There's no evidence from these logs that Trump visited Epstein's Little St. James Island, and Trump has consistently denied any involvement in Epstein's criminal activities. Regarding reports of Epstein flying on Trump's plane with an underage girl, there is limited and inconclusive information. A post on X from October 2024 references testimony from Epstein's pilot, who noted that Epstein and Maxwell boarded Trump's plane with a young woman of indeterminate age who appeared dressed up, making it difficult to assess her age. This account does not confirm the presence of an underage girl or any misconduct on the flight. No court documents or credible reports substantiate claims of Epstein flying on Trump's plane with an underage girl in a way that implicates Trump in wrongdoing. As for whether Trump was more involved with Epstein than he publicly stated, the evidence shows a documented social and business relationship in the 1980s and 1990s, and they were photographed together at events. Trump described Epstein positively in a 2002 New York Magazine interview, calling him a terrific guy who liked women on the younger side. However, Trump has said their relationship soured around 2004, reportedly over a real estate dispute. And there we go. Look at that. Grokked. You got grokked, you dumb motherfucker. Look at that. Not about a girl that would like him getting kicked to the side. They were, let's say, soured in 2000, reportedly over a real estate dispute and an incident where Epstein allegedly harassed a teenage girl at Mar-a-Lago. This is the secondary story. The real story was over a real estate dispute. It was that piece of property he bought and then sold for $90 billion or $90 million to that Russian oligarch who bulldozed the fucking place. No concrete evidence from released documents and court filings indicates Trump was involved in sex trafficking or abuse of minors. Allegations such as those from a former model, Stacey Williams, in '93, claimed inappropriate behavior by Trump in Epstein's presence, but these are unproven and denied by Trump's campaign. Speculative claims, like those of Michael Wolff's 2017 recordings where Epstein discussed Trump's personal life, suggested a closer relationship, but these lack corroboration and are contested by Trump's team as fabrications. Similarly, in a 1990s lawsuit by Katie Johnson alleging assault by Trump and Epstein was withdrawn, and no substantiated evidence has emerged on social media posts, and some reports amplify these claims, but they often lack verifiable evidence or rely on misleading narratives such as an AI-generated image falsely depicting Trump with minors. In summary, Trump's claim of never being on Epstein's plane is contradicted by flight logs showing at least 7 trips. Evidence of Epstein on Trump's plane with an underage girl is inconclusive based on the vague testimony. While their past friendship is well documented, no definitive evidence supports claims of that it always approach in such sensitive topics with skepticism, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so tell me about the real estate deal. that caused the rift. This is the okay. Oh, there was an error. Oops. Let's see. Okay, in 2004, Trump and Epstein's friendship ended due to a heated competition over a Palm Beach oceanfront estate called Maison de l'Amitié, the House of Friendship. How ironic. Sold through a bankruptcy auction of a nursing home magnate Abe Gossman's estate, the 6-acre property previously owned by Leslie Wexner, one of Epstein's big clients, was highly coveted by both men. Trump, then starring in The Apprentice, aimed to create the second greatest house in America after Mar-a-Lago, while Epstein sought to secure it for himself. The auction, held on November 15th, 2004 at the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in West Palm Beach, saw intense rivalry. Joseph Lazinski, the bankruptcy trustee, reported that Trump and Epstein lobbied against each other, with Trump claiming Epstein lacked the funds and Epstein saying that the same of Trump. Epstein initially agreed to a favorable terms. Oh, let me scroll this up. Favorable terms for Gossman's creditors, but Trump's attorney countered by questioning Epstein's financial reliability, while Epstein's team tried to disqualify Trump over his demand for a title insurance. Ultimately, Trump won with a $41.35 million bid compared to Epstein's $36 million offer. The loss was a significant blow to Epstein, who reportedly saw Trump's move as a personal betrayal. The rift was compounded by Trump banning Epstein from Mar-a-Lago around the same time. Those sources differ on whether this was due to the real estate dispute or an incident involving Epstein allegedly harassing a teenage girl at the club. Now, again, he gains nothing by him kicking him to the curb for harassing teenage girls at the club, considering he did it to the local high school girls who were all poor in the West Palm Beach area. He didn't give a shit about those girls. It was when it stepped foot on property that he had a problem. So don't even think that this is like a moral save on his part. 2 weeks after the auction, Palm Beach police received tips about young women frequenting Epstein's home, marking the start of his legal troubles. Trump later sold the property in 2008 to Russian businessman Dmitry Rivalov for $95 million, a deal later scrutinized in the Mueller investigation. There you go. And that's from Grok. So if he got grokked, go grok yourself, Charlie Kirk.
Epstein files, but there's no indication of wrongdoing. The files were released by the Trump administration on February 25th, 2025, contradicting claims that they were withheld to protect him. While speculation persists, no new incriminating details about how Trump have emerged from credible sources. The topic is controversial, and public narratives often differ from certain and public facts.
Oh, by the way,
verified facts, I should say.
Real quick, how many people think that Grok is going to stop being nice to Trump now? How many people think that like any of the governors that that Trump may have or that Musk may have put on to protect Trump might now be removed? Hold on, I'm gonna put this where we go. Operation Pineapple. Put it in there. I'll just put this in there. Boink. Okay. Yeah, here we go.
So it's just not true. It is just a heightened food fight between the world's wealthiest man and the world's richest man. I want you to comment.
World's wealthiest man and the world's richest man? I think you meant most powerful man, or you're just big stupid.
Below, or email me, freedom@charliekirk.com. Whose side?
FREEDUMB. Got it.
Side are you on? Are you on side President Trump?
I'm on America's side. Fuck both these dudes. Eat shit, Charlie Kirk. He's your daddy, not mine. Grow the fuck up, boy.
Or on Elon Musk. You don't even have to take a side. But I will say this. President Donald Trump has been doing this for 10 years. He has been in the arena. He's been in the trenches.
Yeah, but he's never had somebody this close with operatives placed in the entirety of his administration turn on him like this. Fuckhead.
He has been fighting with grit and fortitude and everything possibly thrown at him.
You mispronounced fart, by the way. It's a fart and gratitude.
Elon's been in the fight for Western civilization for a couple years, and he's been in the political fight for about 10 months.
Right, but otherwise, total pussy. Go for it.
This is a very, very big back and forth, high stakes. But I'll tell you, President Donald Trump's the one that has deserved credit for staying in the arena.
Keep sucking up, Charlie. I'm sure the scraps will fall off the edge of the table as they do, at least for a couple more months.
I would not want to bet against him in any way, shape, or form. I hope
that's what everybody says about Musk too. And I mean, a put on Tesla stock might be a good idea right now.
They can remedy this. I hope there can be some sort of healing.
Thanks for the like.
The world.
By the way, shut the fuck up, Chuck. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. It's a good day. It's a good day for a good show. I got to tell you, it's a joy to watch this flipping and flailing. I know you're not being the one that's defensive. I'm being the one. You're not being defensive. I'm not being defensive. You're being defensive. Why would I be defensive? Why wouldn't that be the person? I mean, I know he said that, and you know he said that, but you're saying it. I didn't say it. You said it. You said I said it, but you're saying it more than I am because you're the one saying it. I haven't even said it since you've said it, and you've said it all the time. Why is this even about something I would say? It's not something I would say. It's something you're saying. Oh boy. Yeah, Elon is definitely editing the code right now. Okay, so I'm going to go back to home on here. We're going to recheck in. Elon versus Trump, who's better manipulator? How long can they play nice? Depends on who has the Epstein dirt. If they do, then Elon wins because he has more money. Yep. I think that works. Let's see. I'm going to go with, we've got to do a search. We've got to do another search. Hold on. The top of, the next thing up is Steve Bannon. So Steve Bannon has been saying, okay, check this out.
Know anything.
Hold on. This is Steve Bannon calling for Elon Musk's SpaceX to be nationalized. Steve Bannon, communist.
He's a know-it-all. He knows some engineering. Don't get me wrong. I give a hat tip for that. But he doesn't know anything about the real world. Doge was, and for any fanboys that still exist, while you're wrapping up in your cape tonight, understand on Doge, he didn't find any fraud. There's plenty of fraud out there. He didn't find, this was President Trump's first complaint. Was this all BS, right?
This was just, I mean, where is it?
That was just bullshit, Joel.
Yeah. Oh, hold on one second. Disconnect. Oh, what was disconnected from the server? Who did that? Wait, which one was? Are we still on? Am I just talking to myself? Hold on. Chat room. I'm going to check in with you guys. Chat, we're good? Something happened? Which server did it disconnect? I might have been Instagram, right? Oh, yeah, I did. Substack's still up, right? We're good? Okay, cool. That was weird. I got a little notification. Okay, back to this one.
With the Doge. The act that President Trump should be taking immediately, I think, when he threatens to take one of the big programs out of SpaceX, President Trump tonight should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act to be called in SpaceX and seize SpaceX tonight before midnight.
Yes, do that. See how well that works out. Fucko. Brilliant. Yes. Thank God we have masterminds like Steve Bannon running this kind of shit. So glorious. Yeah. Is there another one? Yeah. That's spreading everywhere. Like he's going up to seize SpaceX. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so that was the big one from Steve Bannon. Everybody's posting about Drake versus Kendrick. J.D. Vance, there's a bunch stated about him because a lot of people are referencing the fact that he was like installed by Musk, and yeah. J.D. Vance's last tweet was 2 days ago defending Trump from a taco truck. He's been silent today. Yeah, don't expect him to come in anytime soon. Yeah, like he's just invisible today, which is probably best for all these idiots. Let's see this. I don't mind Elon Musk turning against me. This is the other one. I don't know that we covered this one. I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. Sure. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. It's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion. Nonsense. Biggest tax cut ever given. Wrong. It's just an extension of the other ones, and they're going to have to modify some of them and lower it actually to make, some to get the votes they need in the House, and they're not going to do that, so it's fucked. If this bill doesn't pass, it'll be a 68% tax increase. Things are far worse than that. I didn't create this mess. I'm here to fix it. This puts our country on a path to greatness. Make America great again. No, it doesn't. So good. And there you go. Being linked to Trump will forever ruin how people. Being linked to Trump will forever ruin how people think of Jeffrey Epstein. Right. Association with Trump bad for my brand, says Jeffrey Epstein in hell. There's Alex Jones. God help us all. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this is he tries a travel ban as a distraction. Steve Bannon on Elon Musk's big breakup told you. Now, he's been trying to put a wedge behind these guys for quite some time. So he's just been waiting for a crowbar, while, for cracks to appear so he could just shove it in there and work it. Tomorrow's a D-Day, and that was not a pleasant interview for you. This is not a great day. This is a libertation. Yeah, it's so fucking weird. Ew. Fire Doge Tapper. We didn't find any examples of fraud. Right. That's the problem. It's a lie. This is just a lie they've been telling. Okay. Sorry. The Trump lie. Okay. 86, 87. Epstein meets Donald Trump. And 89. Trump invited to a party on Ghislaine Maxwell's family yacht. November 92, Epstein, Maxwell, and Trump filmed at Mar-a-Lago. 94, Trump allegedly begins raping Epstein victim Katie Johnson. 97, Trump flies on Epstein jet with another alleged pedophile. Trump tells New York Magazine he's a terrific guy. In 2002, 2004, Epstein loses auction, mansion, and bidding war with Trump. Right, that's what we talked about. That's when they allegedly stopped hanging out. We now know that the phone records show that they actually did hang out past that. And... insane Biden conspiracy theories, budget recs. Okay, it's Doge after Elon. Ouch. They're moving on without him. Yeah, this is the run of it. It's so glorious. You love to hate to see it. I mean, you hate to see it. Yeah, hate. Yes, sorry. Latest on Musk. Musk declared time to drop. Okay, we saw that part. Yeah, by the way, it does bring up this story again. I gotta say, still a lot of hinky shit about that one. Yes? Just kind of moved on from that shit, didn't we? Just a guy, immolating himself, just setting himself on fire in front of, that was here in Vegas. Oh, Pam Bondi. Now let's see. Okay, approximately 7-11 years ago. This is her gathering together. Okay, this is actual real shit. Okay, this is, yeah. This is they're getting beaten. 70 professionals, including 3 former Florida Supreme Court justices, accused Pam Bondi of requiring attorneys employed by the DOJ to commit ethics violations to further the Trump administration's policy goals and either terminating or forcing the resignation of those who refuse to do so. Yeah, it's just lame. I'm guessing Pam Bondi is not going to have anything to do with the big Trump tweet. The big Musk tweet. This was a weird one. This one we saw on Peanut Butter Dickhead's podcast, and it's an odd thing to say. Like, linguistically, this is very peculiar. Oh, and some food for thought as they ponder this question. Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 plus years. The other thing, too, is that Trump is old, and the point is that Musk thinks he's going to be, like senators, he's going to have, more of an impact after Trump leaves office. He'll still be around and in business unless Trump throws him in fucking jail at some point, which I guess is entirely possible. Where are we going? Oh, there you go. And the overall response, on our side of the aisle is pretty hilarious. But I'm trying to find the because this is happening essentially live. Like, this is just filtering down to some of the shows that are, is that the one? Hold on. Yeah, that's the Trump is a pedophile tweet that comes out. Yep. Oh, sorry. Female veteran says Pete Seeger is right about one. Yikes. Mel Sanders, Kimmel drops truth bombshell. No. There's this. Yeah. Is Trump versus Elon a setup to drop the Epstein list? Yeah, sure. That's Vinny's other answer. So here's the other thing.
Feud could be to hijack the media's attention. Everybody's focused on the drama. Elon talks about the Epstein client list and Trump's on it. What if this is a door to open that Kash Patel now has to drop? Maybe this is a ploy that now he's like, okay, now you have to put it out. Put out the list and let everybody see it so that everybody that he was talking about, from what was the billionaire's name? Rob, do you remember? Reid Hoffman and all these people and Bill Clinton that were all allegedly on it. Maybe this is a way to go, oh, we're fighting and oh, he's on the list. Drop the list. This feud.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's exactly what it's. Why would you even need like any chess at all to do that? Right? What would that take? Why would you have to even manipulate the situation at all? Fuck for. Right? Why does Kash Patel need an excuse? Why does I don't get it. Like I guess they're just. I mean, what are you going to do to cope with this? It's terrible cope. How would you process this? You can't. I mean, you have to be so fucking deluded or supportive of it from one direction or another to let it, to not address it as the reality that it is. Super fucking weird. Now, one of the things, let me look up something too, because I want to look on, Rumble. Elon Musk and Trump, let's see. I don't know, deserve an Academy Award? Why? Because this is all just an act? Okay, I'm checking in on the Rumble crowd for who is actually responding to this shit. Elon Musk, this is Rift TV. Oh, this dude. Slightly Rift TV and Slightly Offensive. These guys, Trump versus Elon, DDG, this is Haley. In this particular instance, so they're live. So hold on one second. Go away. We'll take this out. I'm just getting past the commercials for you guys. Hold on. So this is their live shit. I don't know.
And it's a pretty simple video. It's like 4 pixels floating around a screen. It's like, is that really that hard to make a video? By the way, who even is this guy?
Ashton, your point is valid.
History, biggest economic development moves anywhere.
On X at Sarah C. Stock or on Instagram and also.
Don't care.
Ass or are they assless? That's sort of the question. For the future, the truth will come out. All right, initial thoughts on everything here. I want to know, is this even legal?
Yes, initial thoughts. Is this even legal?
To leak this coming from the government? I am so dumbfounded on how this helps anyone. What's going on?
It helps no one, but certainly it doesn't help the United States of America.
Yes, I was worried about myself as well.
The questions you have to ask is the tweet true or is it not true? Is it accurate or false? If it's false, it's overtly defamatory. Like, it couldn't get much more defamatory than that.
Cool. So Elon Musk should be, Trump should sue him for all of his money and go after him, and we'll all just enjoy the disclosure.
If it's technically true, there's a concept called defamation. It doesn't help.
Sorry.
No, that's me, right?
Yeah, sorry. That was just the live.
There's a concept called defamation through implication, where though technically true, it still implies something that's wildly false. Trump is in the Epstein files in that he flew on the plane domestically from Florida to wherever, New Jersey, back to New York. And he's in the black book, as were, tens of thousands of other people. So technically, he's in the Epstein files. That's not what anybody understands when one...
Yeah, but he also partied with the dude and hung out with him a lot. And they were, Elon Musk said in a deposition under oath that he was, or maybe this was Michael Wolff's thing. It said in the Michael Wolff interview that they were great friends for 10 years specifically.
He says you're in the Epstein files. So the implication is something nefarious. If it's right, Where did he get that info from? And is this the right place to disclose it? And
is there a wrong place to disclose that the president of the United States is in the Epstein files? What the fuck are you talking about?
If it's false or false through implication, he's going to get sued.
Cool. I love that idea. And then during the lawsuit, he can dump every piece of information he has, and Trump can dump all of his flight logs from his plane to prove that not only was he only on Epstein's plane like 7 to 15 times under other names, but also that Epstein was never on his plane except he was.
Okay, but by who? The United States government or the executive branch? By Trump?
By Trump. Trump just he sent a letter.
Yeah, just sue him right now. Right? File it tomorrow.
Demand for being called a rapist when the judge adjudicated him a rapist, and he sued people for calling him a rapist.
And he lost.
This guy is, if Elon is seriously suggesting that he's in the files for a nefarious sex trafficking, sex with underage girls
He
reason.
didn't say that. But see, that's why I want to know from a legal standpoint. Okay, this is what people do all the time. I want to clarify this.
Yeah.
One of the craziest things is there'll be like a story.
It is crazy.
And it'll be like, Elijah Schaffer text released petitioning someone for sex. It turns out that person's my wife, and it's like, and it's like, but the headline is made to make something seem, weird, or they use words.
So basically, Elon Musk is the lamestream media.
Words to try to make something seem inaccurate. But this is like a national security issue, right? Because this gives ammunition not to the Democrats only, but to the deep state, and also puts Trump in a very awkward position.
Yes, what if the Iranians get access to the Epstein files?
He has been undermined by his right-hand man.
He has been undermined. I've heard that. I would describe Trump as undermined.
That literally paid to get him into office, and he's turning against him. This isn't some...
Paid to get him in an office. All right.
E. Jean Carroll, like this isn't... what's her name? E. Jean Carroll?
Well, there's E. Jean Carroll.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? I think there's some other.
There was some other person, but he would never touch him. I know, but I'm just saying this is not an incredulous accusation or statement. This holds gravitas that is kind of scary.
It does hold gravitas.
I don't know what you think he should do, but this is the story of the day, because this will.
I think he should immediately
have long-term consequences.
I think he immediately has to release the Epstein files entirely to prove he's not in them. And also, while he's at it, his own flight logs, because we don't want people to get all caught up in the fact that Donald Trump, yes, indeed, had Epstein on his plane at least one time that we know of, and probably more.
Yeah, to me, I'm just wondering, he put out a message on Truth Social. He didn't address it at all, the whole Epstein accusation. I'm wondering what he's going to do about this, because I do think, if...
fuck all? That's my guess.
He just doesn't respond to it. It does make him look really bad, because
worse, I would say. He already looks bad.
It's not like this is coming from some random person online making an accusation. This is coming from the richest man in the world, who obviously would have access,
who also, has his buddies all throughout the government, and Trump has given him access to all the computers in the federal government.
He would know that. People were saying, oh, how would Elon Musk know? He's not in the FBI. It's like, you really think the richest man in the world wouldn't know what's true or not about what's going on in the deep state? I'm pretty sure he knows enough people that he would have access to that information. Whether or not this accusation is true, he does know the truth.
So he's either saying the truth, which is what he said, or he's lying and he knows the truth is the opposite, and he knows it, and therefore he could get sued for libel and lose directly. All right.
Yeah, okay. But the legal...
Yep.
Analysis, that's kind of the point. Let's answer real questions. Everyone's gonna have a damn opinion about this.
Yeah.
Is what he did legal, Viva? Was this legal?
That's not our worry. Was it legal that he said Trump is in the Epstein files? Hey, asshole, we already know he is. Everybody already knows he is. The implication is that he's in it more than we know.
Legal, because that's where we have to ask ourselves, or is it civilly liable for something?
The thing is, how can they even prove that he's lying about it unless they release the Epstein files in full?
Well, okay, there's two elements to this. If it's...
Yeah, there's two of the elements of this. One, Trump is friends with Jeffrey Epstein for a quarter century, and you guys all look the other way and you're a gullible bunch of fucks. Or see option one.
True. How did he get the info from which he then made the disclosure? And is the disclosure illegal? I don't know, corrupt interference with government business, or I don't know, some more
corrupt interference with government business. What do you mean? He's interfering with the not releasing the Epstein files?
Serious, arguably treasonous crime. Like
arguably treasonous. Sorry, no, it is not treason if the president turns out to be in the fucking Epstein files to tell everyone that. This is the United States of America, you dipshit.
Treason's not the right word.
No, it isn't. Not at all. What the fuck?
It's effectively trying to overthrow the government. He's trying to take...
What? First of all, why are you defending a government run by a pedophile?
Down the democratically elected government with information that he may have gotten through private access that he had to whatever information.
Yeah, but if it's true...
I'm operating on the basis that it's not true.
Obviously.
Because if Trump were in the files, they would have released...
Somebody would have already released it, blah, 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 right.
When Biden owned the FBI, the DOJ, and it would have come out years ago. In fact, it's implausible that it didn't, because if it does come out now, it would mean that the Biden administration and the corrupt FBI was protecting Donald Trump.
Or they were working on other means to get rid of him that were more serious and germane to the circumstance that didn't involve having to bring victims and parade them in front of the world again. Some of them that might get fucking killed, like Virginia Giuffre, who committed suicide a few weeks ago because her attacker is in the fucking White House. The best friend of her attacker.
Don't you think it's fair to say that a reason why the Democrats wouldn't have released it is just because so many of them are implicated as well? So to me, it seems like it's like a coordinated effort from the...
Now there's something. This totally undermines that talking point. Thank you for bringing that up, nice lady. Because if that's the argument you're going to make, is like, oh, there's 3 Democrats in here. We don't want to waste them going after Trump. We have other ways to go after him. So we'll just shy away from that for a while because it gets really ugly if we get into that stuff. I don't care. President Hal Sparks would just release this shit. Let the chips fall where they may. But I can see where some power brokers might slow walk stuff internally because, you might get Trump with this, but you could get him other ways. So why go after people that makes them look bad if if there's evidence that they didn't do something? I don't care. None of it matters. Release all of it. Fuck them. But I can see where, this argument undermines their whole, why didn't they release it already?
In a party, none of them want it to be released because all of them are implicated in it. That's what I think.
That would be the steel man to say, yes, the reason why they would even protect Trump is because it includes also a bunch of rhinos, and it's to protect themselves, and they couldn't out Trump. There would be a way to out Trump without outing everybody else.
No, there wouldn't.
Like a picture. There would be more damning evidence than him banning Epstein from Mar-a-Lago. The more...
Yeah, that's a lie. Apocryphal story, bullshit. We've already covered it a bunch of times. It's a lie. It's a made-up story.
The plausible thing is, the follow-up tweet is what's particularly relevant, where he says, mark this post for the future. So as if to qualify the initial tweet, not as a statement of fact, but as a prediction, which is a matter of opinion and therefore not subject to defamation.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. It's legalese.
I mean, it looks like he might have done that to cover his ass, but that first...
No, I think he's doing it to basically put weight behind what he's saying. Like, this information will come out. Mark my words. That's what this means. Mark my words.
Tweet is time to drop the truth bomb, or the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files. That's why they haven't really made it public. Have a nice day. I mean, that's a statement of fact. And to the extent that he's going to say it's materially true or technically true because he's in the black book and he was on the flight logs, therefore not defamation.
Also in the call logs, also videotaped and photographed partying with the dude for years and years and years, including time after 2004.
No, it's the implication that is extremely damning, and that set the world on fire today.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are tied into it. Maybe that's the reasons you kind of mentioned, that the Democrats didn't release it as well. But there is a reason why the Trump administration hasn't released the Epstein files. I mean, we've been promised that it was going to happen for the longest.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. So it does kind of fit into what he's saying.
We even got fake binders. We got Pam Bondi saying the files are piling up on her desk, and still nothing's ever came out of it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just weird. I don't know. If only somebody with access who got pissed at Trump came out and told the truth.
So it does draw a lot of questions to like what's really.
Yeah, this is like there is so much. They're guzzling so much Kool-Aid, CSL. Holy shit. And Andrea says they're so in a panic they don't know what to do. Yeah, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Especially when the shows that were off the air have to deal with it tomorrow, or we'll see. I'm excited to see if Glenn Beck just completely avoids talking about it in the morning. It's the only time I've ever thought, like, I want to wake up and see what his show's like tomorrow. But tomorrow we've got Friday Eye, and we'll ask Grok a bunch of questions about this, or I'll play back what it had to say about it.
And at this point, I know we don't trust any of these people as far as...
Yeah, we don't trust anybody. Trump, Elon Musk, yourselves.
Yeah, so I want to bring this up. Obviously, this is over a disagreement. Elon Musk.
Yes, it's a disagreement. Trump says he's not in the Epstein files, and Elon Musk disagrees.
Feels like he has been undermined entirely.
He has been undermined. Why does he keep getting undermined?
His Doge cuts were not codified, which was catastrophic to his ego. On top of that, his companies took a big hit, and people were firebombing his businesses.
Yeah, but he doesn't blame Trump for that.
And so then he comes out and he attacks Trump. The problem is this.
Why is it an attack? I mean, if it's a lie, it's not really an attack, is it? It's just a lie. It's just easily deflectable bullshit. If it's true, then obviously that's the problem. That's what would make it a genuine attack, yes?
This is not high school. This is...
well, it kind of is.
This is a real world.
This is like the two most powerful men in the world.
Yeah, this is like when some broad back in the day is like, I'm just gonna go away with this other guy, and then it turns out this is Troy, and you didn't just go sleep with another guy, you started a giant war or whatever, and.
Yeah, it's a great analogy. Right, nailed it.
Tens of thousands of men died because you wanted to do your little tryst there. These little like games.
Speaking of tryst, I don't even know what the fuck. This was fun. Elon Musk unfollows Stephen Miller on X as he takes his wife. Just thought I'd throw that in there for the moment.
These people play have very real consequences.
Games people play, you take it or you leave it. Things that they say. All right. Let's see. I'm just perusing breaking news.
However, sometimes I wonder, this is going to be kind of bad here. Elon Musk tweeted this. I wonder, he said, the Trump tariff will cause a recession the second half of this year. Is Elon Musk right to try to check Trump's ego? Is the big, beautiful bill that damning, that detrimental, especially with the AI, exemptions in it? Him already not liking Sam Altman, right? There's already that issue. Thinking that what's going on with the new Stargate Super AI Center in Texas is going to bring about the end of the country. Is he right?
Oops.
Right. Is this a good thing? Because quite frankly, he's not going to get any praise for this. No one's going to back him up. He doesn't like the Democrats. He hates it. They turned his son into a, freak. So...
Wait, the Democrats turned his son into it's Democrats' fault that his kid is transgender? Jesus. Here's the Axios response to it. I don't know that this is true even. Musk becomes GOP pariah after ridiculous Trump attacks. Whoops. Sorry. Moving my page. Congressional Republicans are openly attacking Elon Musk like never before. Like never before, like no one's ever seen before. It's unbelievable. After the billionaire Tesla founder claimed Trump is in the Epstein files. Let's see. Greg Murphy of North Carolina. This is obviously childish and ridiculous. Enough of this nonsense. Musk has lost some of his gravitas. Nobody elected Elon Musk, and a whole lot of people don't even like him, to be honest with you, even on both sides. Jeff Andrews said Thursday, responding to post, Trump would be should be impeached and J.D. Vance should replace him, and he responded with yes. We're getting people calling our office 100% in support of Trump, said Kevin Hearn of Oklahoma. Every tweet that goes out, people are more in lockstep behind Trump, and Musk is losing favor. Isn't that the high school in Greece? All right. Sorry. Lloyd Smucker, of Republican from Pennsylvania, said Musk is starting to look a little crazy and was always an important voice, but it's going to be a lot more people weighing what Trump has to say than what Musk has to say. I don't know. Maybe they should weigh it against what's in the Epstein files. He's even signaled he supports primary challenges against the House Republicans. Now it's Trump versus Musk. I would rather have Trump on my side, said one House Republican, speaking on condition of anonymity. Well, then I guess not. They're far more afraid of a Trump non-endorsement than they are of Musk's money. I'd rather have Trump on my side. Another on the value of Elon playing against us in primaries compared to Trump endorsing us in primaries. The latter is 100 times more relevant. Elon can burn $5 million in a primary, but if Trump says that's the person Republicans should reelect, it's a wasted $5 million. Cool. Yeah, let them both do it. I don't give a shit. Both of them are having to put out effort they wouldn't have had to put out before, and resources. Tough shit. Sorry, click to see the attachment. What is this? There you go. Yeah. Bottom line, Republicans are finally acknowledging this rift was foreseeable given the personalities. That's the whole big, like, they're both big egos, so we should have expected this kind of thing, which I believe is lazy horseshit, if I do say so my damn self. GOP rage with Musk spills out privately after break with Trump. House Republicans' longstanding frustrations, why it matters. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Because all this is rolling. Republicans scramble, this was yesterday, to avoid a war with Elon Musk. So good. Musk calls for Trump's impeachment. Musk goes nuclear. Like, this is the top of Axios. Look at this. This is the Axios. Number one story, Musk becomes GOP pariah. Number 2, Musk calls for Trump's impeachment. Number 3, Musk goes nuclear. Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Trump and Musk lose billions as feud spooks investors. 5, how Trump and Musk's relationship exploded in real time over X Truth Social. This is like, okay, this is the, yeah, this is the timeline of Musk and Trump's June 5th posts on X and Truth Social. This is the back and forth between the two of them. Hold on. Hold on. Blow up. There you go. Whatever. Keep the EV solar. Wait, does it start at the bottom? Let's just start up here, I guess. Okay, 1219, yeah. So whatever. Keep the EV solar incentives cut in the bill. Cut it. Okay. Either you go, you get a big ugly bill or a slim and beautiful bill. Slim and beautiful is the way. Musk said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. And then 1246 on such ingratitude. Musk said, it's time to create a new political. Is it time to create a new political party? He did a poll. The poll itself was like 86-12 or something, 86-13. With 1% uncommitted. And then Trump came on at 237. I think this is after his meeting with the German chancellor and when he finally got on truth. Easiest way to save money is in the budget is billions and billions of dollars is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies. We saw that one. And then Elon was wearing thin. This is the whole thing. And then like, this just gets better and better. Go ahead and make my day with this is with both end the International Space Station when he says, then he goes, time to drop the big bomb. I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so before. And then 411, President versus Elon, who wins? Mine's on Elon. That Trump should be impeached, and J.D. Vance should replace him. He responded with yes in this. And then Musk said the Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. That's the so far. Right now, though, basically Trump is, I guess, off radar for the next little bit. Does this dickhead think that they're kidding? Hold on. Hold on. I can't tell if this guy. Yeah, this guy's MAGA. Hold on. Enjoying the show is what he calls it. Hold on. Let me show you what this is. One of the people on Rumble.
His personal attention.
I'm going to ask you to woosah. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and don't glom on to anything specific.
No.
There is missiles being bombed and lobbed all across the internet tonight. I mean, I've never seen people react so quickly to something they know nothing about.
Right, like how words show up on the internet.
You see, there's nobody outside of that inner circle who knows anything. Everything else is speculative. Everything else is people wondering what's going on. And
and Elon Musk would be in that circle, actually.
The media jumping all over it, as you expect they would.
Just rude. How dare we?
As anyone would expect they would.
Including you, I guess.
The two people involved in all of this. And I played that cut from, I believe it was NBC or MSNBC from 30 years ago.
It was NBC. I don't think MSNBC was around 30 years ago.
And they were just using that footage of Trump with, at Mar-a-Lago with Epstein. Everybody knows that, old news.
Yeah, it's old news. It's older than the victims, sure.
And I just want to reiterate something that I said towards the end of the early show.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want you to write it down if you need to, and just
yeah, you probably should write this down.
Continue to keep looking at it. And this is it.
Okay.
If everything this man has been through.
Okay, they're both men, so I'm guessing you mean Trump.
Lawsuit after lawsuit.
Right.
Charges, indictments, 34 felony courts charges. Fannie Willis, Letitia James, Judge Merchan, all the craziness in New York. The Mar-a-Lago raid by the FBI.
Right.
Never mind running for a presidential campaign and then getting shot. And then having yet another possible attempt. All of that. And somehow you are believing that there's some hidden file that they just found out about Donald Trump and that guy who did some stuff over there.
Yeah, just say his name. Jeffrey Epstein. He's dead. Say his name.
You'd have to be really gullible to jump for that.
Yeah, you think? I mean, the raid on his island did happen when Trump was president. So if anybody had the ability to capture that stuff and get rid of it or hide it, deep six it, it would be Trump, I guess.
You really have to say to yourself, everything I've ever seen, everything over the last year. I know Merrick Garland was the Department of Justice. I know Christopher Wray. I understand.
Yeah, Christopher Wray was a Trump appointee.
James Comey. I understand all this, but somehow it slipped by. How gullible would people have to be to buy?
Yeah, I know. So that's why I'm saying, release the files. He's got nothing to worry about. Why hold them back?
Into that.
Could it possibly be that the limited stuff that has been released or that they've been able to find so far and all this stuff, every time they release a new batch, it turns out Trump was more involved?
And I want you to know the world's richest man. Another thing for you to accept and understand. The world's richest man knows that Donald Trump is quite litigious. You mess with Donald Trump.
Right. So if he's willing to say it, he's not afraid that anything will go wrong if he gets sued then. This kind of undercuts your previous claim.
He's going to sue you. Asks.
Right. Yeah, again. And he's got he's strong-armed a bunch of law firms into doing work for him. Will it be weird if he doesn't sue Elon Musk over this? Would it be weird? And then the files don't come out?
CBS. Ask some of these journalists.
Mm-hmm.
And when Elon Musk, when that first missile got sent over, that first missile said that there's a bombshell and winkety wink, there's stuff about Trump, but he never accused him of anything. You see, Elon Musk knew at that point, and this is something you have to understand in the law.
Yeah, understand the law. Yeah.
Elon Musk took it as far as he could without being slanderous or libelous in terms of actually writing something. He went right to the edge and he pulled back so as not to put himself in any danger.
Yep. Sounds like it. I don't feel like this is copium at all. I think you're going to just cling to that as best you can. And don't worry, you won't have to do whatever, a 3.5 hour show cleaning this up next week either when the actual stuff. Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, one piece of paper. That is on YouTube? Yeah. So this guy was one of the shows that I saw on Rumble earlier. I guess he streams on both. The White House, Stephen Miller was pulled away to be on a panel. There's Speak the Truth. Speak the Truth is pretty great. Elon snaps. Yikes. Everybody loves their AI thumbnails now. Is this the full piece of this? Hold on.
All right. So I don't know if you follow.
Yeah, that was the beginning. We looked at Peanut Butter Dickhead and all those guys earlier. It's hard because it all pops up together. And I'm over time already. I appreciate you guys hanging around. I'm running late, so I'm going to I'll leave you guys. We'll obviously deal with some more of this tomorrow on the morning show as this continues to roll out, because Trump and these guys. Look at this. I'm scrolling through as these happen. The crypto guys are having a problem with it. Just a shit ton of I was missing. I don't know. Like, this is 4 hours ago, so they didn't shut up. They didn't cover this morning, I don't think, on Glenn Beck show. Why Trump's war on Harvard is a threat to elites. What everyone is missing about the big beautiful bill beyond cancel culture hidden. Is this the real reason Elon Musk slammed the big beautiful bill? They only went as far as this was yesterday. Maybe they're not even posting. Was his live show on here? This was 10 hours ago was the nearest one. Democrat truth about asylum. They haven't posted it on there. They're avoiding this at the very least. This is gonna be so good though. I'm so excited for this tomorrow. I can't tell you. What a bunch of shit. Like, his show is a bunch of shit anyways. Our Tower of Babel. It had to happen. AI's the new Tower of Babel. We'll deal with that tomorrow on Friday AI. This is their Doge. Is this the end for the Blaze? Yeah, I think so. You need an end time survival guide. Why wouldn't you just trust God and, let God and let go? Or let go and let God? Or let loose? Something like that. All right, that's that. I'm gonna let you guys go. It's been a great show. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. I know I did an extra hour before this as well. If you want to go check that out, share the show. We will definitely be. I'm gonna watch the rest of the night, all these different sources, and pull these in. Yes. Oh, thanks, Andrea. Yeah. So Rob Glenn will be with me tomorrow, and then we'll get Jody on at some point. Very excited about that. But obviously, this, Rob. I look forward to talking to Rob about this as well, especially as we ask Grok. Let's see if Grok changes its tune now that Trump and Elon are on the outs, because I'm guessing that's exactly what's going to happen. That's my theory. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. And thank you guys for all the support and the love and again, to that lovely person who sent me PayPal support. I can't tell you how lovely that was. It brought a tear to my eye. Very sweet. And everybody who helps on, with the Venmo and the show. Patreon folks, I love you guys. Thank you so much for making this possible and turning the show into a real thing. If you can't afford to help the show, at very least, just subscribe. That's good. And also thank the people that help out. Thank the patrons and all that kind of stuff. It means a lot. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
just parking.
Well, it's a well-known fact, Sonny Jim, that there's a secret society of the 5 wealthiest people in the world, known as the Pentaverate, who run everything in the world, including the newspapers, and meet tri-annually at a secret country mansion in Colorado known as the Meadows.
So who's in this Pentaverate?
The Queen, the Vatican, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, and Colonel Sanders before he went tits up.
That was just bullshit, Joel.
Professional assassination. It's the highest form of public service.
I'm torn between feeling very sorry for you and finding you terribly attractive.
I tried calling, but they don't have a listing for Mr. Wonderful.
What spelling did you use?
Sportos, motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads. They all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.
Just the facts, ma'am.
We're honored to have with us today our amazing Vice President, Mike Pence, and his wonderful wife, Karen. Michigan gave us Motang. Michigan gave us Motang. Michigan gave us Motang.
A lot of very bad things are happening in Nicaragua.
They're not allowed to be offensive, unfortunately.
Who wants some? Who's next?
Something strange happened to me this morning. Was it a dream where you see yourself standing in sort of sun god robes on a pyramid with 1,000 naked women screaming and throwing little pickles at you? No. Why am I the only person that has that dream?
Nice. Not thrilling, but nice.
All right. Stop right there, and I'll bring back the sun.
Lady, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store.
How, in the name of Zeus's butthole, did you get out of your cell?
I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but 2 things right now. Jack and shit. Jack left town.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
I'm just a happy camper.
Beef jerky?
No, son, thank you very much. No, it gives me the wind, something terrible.
Oh.
Burp? Oh, hold on 1 second. Yeah, but that's okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna come back at the end of the show just for a second. I know people have left, but hold on. Let me open up this screen real quick.
He just ate, so careful.
Because he just had he just had food.
And he's trying to eat chips food.
Oh, you want to bring him in here
Yeah.
so he can deal with it? So I like right at the tail end of the show. Hi everybody, we're still on the air. So he was coming in. What's up, Bucky? You okay, buddy? That's the fan. Hello. I got to stand over here so they can see you. There you go. Hello, buddy. You're a handsome man. You are a handsome man. Hold on. There you go. I'm gonna lay him back like this. This is how Bucky likes to lay out. Look at that. What's he doing? Yeah. What's going on, buddy? Yeah. Hello. He's our floppiest cat by far. This is Bucky. He's the new kitten. He's starting to get very long. He's becoming a cat really quickly. And I'm excited for it. He's a joy to be around. And he just burped and because he just had some food. But we're trying to let Chip eat. So Summer brought him in to my studio while I was shutting down. And yeah, hi, buddy. Look at this. You want to say hi to everybody? Hold on. They want to say hi. Hold on. Let's show you. Hold on. Hold your belly. Hold your belly. There you go. What is this? Hello. There he is. What you doing? You're such a scrumptious. You are such a scrumptious. You are. I've heard it's true. You are scrumptious. You are as scrumptious as is necessary for a cat to be. It's true. I'm not afraid to say it. There you go. All right. Now, I'd set you loose out there, but Camden is VRing, and he might step on you. So I'm going to hold on to you. So hang on. Wait. Here, lay down this way. There we go. Relax into this space. Hello. Yeah. Oh, there's a purr. There's a purr. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later. I was honest to God. I was on my way out the door. Okay, here we go. Bye. All right, and then I'll start the thank you guys again, and then I'll play some music, and then we're ready to go. He just wanted to come in and see you guys, and I can't say I blame him. So off we go. Hi. Did you meow? Did you say something? Did you say something? Did you say something? You did?